Hello, everybody. How are we doing? It's the Watchalong. It's West Ham versus Leicester. I haven't started early. There's a few people we're waiting on, clearly, but I just wanted to go through the team lineup today just to give you a little bit of insight into what's going on. It is exactly the lineup that I predicted, so I'm very, very happy about that. Lucas Fabianski in goal, Vladimir Sufal. I've gone right wing back. Sky have it as a 4-2-3-1 with Mazuaku as a left-hand-sided attacking midfielder. I can't see that for the life of me. Craig Dawson, Issa Diop, Aaron Creswell. Arthur Mazuaku at left wing back, Marky Nobes, Souček, and Pablo Fornals as the centre midfield three. And then we're going to have the front two of Lingard and Jared Bowen. Leicester have been very naughty by all accounts. I think they've got a couple of players out. Maddison is the big one for me. I think he broke COVID-19 protocol. That's what I'm led to believe, hence why he's not in the squad today. Dennis Pratt comes in that midfield. So you've got Tielemans and Didi and Dennis Pratt in there. Castagna, Ricardo Pereira at wing backs. The same back three that I predicted, so I'm very happy with that. Marty, Johnny Evans and Wesley Fofana. And then you've got your front two of Kelechi Iheanacho and Jamie Vardy, which again is a little bit of a nightmare, but fingers crossed we are ready and raring to go. Let me know in the comment section what you think of today's lineup. The subs is an interesting one as well. Connor Coventry is on the subs bench, contrary to popular belief, what Moyes will have you say, that he wasn't going to be anywhere near this first team, but he is there. He's there with Oda Beku. Lanzini drops out. I'm not sure Lanzini's actually been on the bench for the past couple of games either, so a bit of a weird one there. I wasn't aware that there was any particular injury problem there. Oda Beku got a hat-trick against the Manchester United under-23, so good to see him in there. Balbuena Alves. And typically two backup goalkeepers, just in case one isn't enough. They don't have Soyuncu yet. They do. Correct, at the back. Yeah, it's still a strong defence, mate, though, in fairness. I think Fofana and Johnny Evans are really, really decent centre-backs. West Ham are going to target someone today, it would be Daniel Amati. Iheanacho's been in blistering form. I'm sure I covered it on the preview. I'm sure you all heard it. He scored a number of goals in the past couple of games. We know he got a hat-trick against Sheffield United, and he scored, I think, against Manchester United in the Cup. So he is in really decent form. Vardy isn't. Touchwood, that continues, and we don't have to worry about him today. But let me know, of course, naturally, what you think, whether you think it's a 4-2-3-1 or the wing-back. So I have said before, I'm not actually that averse to having Arthur Mazuaku a little bit further up the pitch. And maybe you're playing five, almost that five in midfield to pack it out because you know what Leicester are going to come with. So it'll be interesting. I'll be keeping my eye on things today and see how we start lining up for... Sorry, I just having a look at some more messages. But yeah, no, interesting. Newcastle have just gone 2-1 up against Burnley. So I've tried to keep an eye on that game clearly because we're playing them next week. And really and truthfully, they're only really reliant on Saint-Maximin and Callum Wilson. And Saint-Maximin has contributed to both the goals. So a bit of a concerning time for him to come back in. But again, I spoke to Leicester Fan TV this morning. I feel like they think that, again, it's a real opportune moment to beat West Ham. I've seen 2-0s, 3-1s in there. I think it's going to be really, really tough. But their away record is very good. I think they're the second best away team in the Premier League this season, only behind Manchester City, which is a serious, serious accolade. But I think West Ham have very rarely lost at the London Stadium in the past few months. So I wonder whether it will be a stalemate. I mean, let me know what you think. I personally would take a draw. If we can get something from the game, given our injury crisis, then of course I would take that. I'm going to bring in Angus now to discuss the team. Angus, mate, we good?
I'm very good, thank you. Corey, yourself?
Yeah. Just going through the team news, mate. It's pretty standard. But obviously we've got James Maddison out, which is an interesting one. I think Chowdhury's out as well. So they've been a bit naughty, mate. So they haven't got some of their key men in the squad today. So good news for us.
Yeah, definitely. I think the change for us as well is the one that we all expected. So it's just a matter of, who lines up where in that attacking formation. But yeah, interesting to see that Leicester have Maddison out. I think it's quite funny that their lineup got leaked probably a day ago, I'm pretty sure. And it's the one that they've come out with, which is quite, it's almost like they've done a Marcelo Bielsa behind the scenes. But that is what it looks like. And, it's definitely not their best team, but it's a team that has been challenging all season long, and it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it is. Jose Perez is as well. I forgot he's out today as well. No Soyuncu, as FA says in the comments. So they've got their fair share of injury problems. I just feel like for West Ham, it's because we've got two of our big players out in Declan Rice and Mickey, and that Mickey injury looks like it's ruled him out for the season. I haven't seen anything official, but you'd imagine that that's the case.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just thank God that we signed Jesse, and obviously he can play in that false role if we need him to. And obviously Jared showed his goal scoring threat last week. So it's just a matter of trying to make it work for as long as we can, and we'll need all the help that we can get with Mickey out. But I think there's a force there. To be fair, I think Jesse's been phenomenal since he's come in. Obviously, and has provided Man United with that perfect bargaining chip, it would appear, even though that's hope
don't get me
the text
started
is,
on that, man.
but that's how well he's played. You think about Felipe Anderson getting loaned out to Porto. This is exactly what we wanted to happen with Felipe, because if he goes back to United, he's challenging potentially for a role either alongside Bruno, or, if Bruno has rest when they're in the Champions League and whatnot next season. Or they get added value. It's added value each game that he plays for us, it seems. So that's just quite clear to see, because the way that he's been performing for us and phenomenal, and let's hope that he can lead that attacking lineup with someone as crucial as Mickey out.
Yes, it's really frustrating with Mickey, isn't it? Because it always feels like he gets a 3 months, and then he looked really good for half hour against Wolves. Like, actually, probably the best I've seen him in a while.
He was phenomenal. That was incredible.
And then the hamstring goes, and then it's the same old. And it's again, it just kind of hammers home that idea that we've got to go and get not only a striker next season, but one that can play 25, 30 games. And I know we've been linked with Tammy. I haven't spoke to you since whenever, actually. I can't really remember.
Yeah, it was the Arsenal game.
Yeah. So would you take Tammy if you could get him in at West Ham?
Look, by all kind of looks of it, it seems that Chelsea fans really rate him. They say, obviously, we saw Kai Havertz had an exceptional performance last night with the goal and the assist, and Pulisic as well. But many were saying that at the moment he's Chelsea's best number 9. And I saw him last season. It was phenomenal at the start of last season. You think about him and Teemu Pukki were the two that were right on top of the goals, and has dropped off a tiny bit. I think he lacks a tiny bit of pace that you need in the Prem, but is a good replacement. He's a very good player, and obviously a lot of time left in his career. But the thing that you said is, not only do we need a striker, but we need a particular type of striker that can play, a lot of games. And it's all good. I saw Yarmolenko training when they did the open training session on Twitter this week, and part of me thinks that could be a problem as well, because as much as he's an extra option, if we use him incorrectly, you might as well not have anyone on the pitch, full stop, because he changes the way that we play up top. And I think that's the crucial thing. Obviously, we saw with Seb that it was a transfer that looked really promising for a lot of money, a lot of investment there. And it just didn't work out, because he's not the type of striker that can adapt to the Premier League. And Timo Werner obviously struggling at Chelsea, and it's just one of those things that either clicks or it doesn't. And we need someone that it clicks for when we do go and sign someone, to either play alongside Mickey or replace him because of his hamstrings. But at the moment, I think we'll do well with Jesse, hopefully, or Jared Bowen if he starts up top.
Yeah, I was a massive fan of that finish from Jared as well. Decent movement.
Incredible.
And it's very in normal terms, you probably expect him to put it across the keeper, but the fact that he went near post and probably hit it in the only place that you really could, off the post, it was good to see from him, actually, because I think he has contributed in the past 2 games, and I think that's the only criticism of Jared, isn't it? Is he effective enough? And he's got to step up today, mate, because in truth, we've got no one else to bring on. I can't imagine Moyes going to bring on Odebeku, so I think we're going to be stuck with them as the attacking force.
This is the thing, obviously, that has been the one criticism of him, and you could probably say that the same for Pablo Fornals, who chipped in with a goal last week. But the thing with Jared is, he can do it because he's played in that position for Hull. He was on incredible form at one stage in his career with Hull, playing as the lone striker up top, quite literally, and was banging goals week in, week out for a period of a couple of months or whatnot, was banging team of the weeks and what have you. And so he can do it. He's got a finish on him when he wants to. The goal against Leicester earlier in this season as well was a beautiful finish. Pablo played him in and he was composed and went far corner, and he can do it. But, we need to take our chances in a game like this. And so, fingers crossed, because you don't know until you're there and he either scores or he misses, and we need him to score today.
I know, mate. There's a lot of pressure on him. We haven't spoke obviously since the Arsenal game. I come out and said that I felt Mark Noble had a really decent performance against Wolves. You're the same opinion, mate, or maybe you think that you should be doing a little bit more?
No, I don't think he I think if he's not doing as much as people think that he can do, I think that's rubbish because he's at the stage of his career now where you just know he's similar to Deck. You know, he'll fight for the club, you know, with his heart on his sleeve, and it's not a matter of he just didn't want it or whatnot. He puts in 100% week in, week out. You know, some weeks he seems a tiny bit out of touch, and that happens. But I thought he was really good for us last week. I think he was someone that we needed on the pitch. As well, kind of when we conceded that second goal, just for a bit of added composure. Obviously, he came on in the Arsenal game, and we all know how that went as a performance. Yeah. But just you know, I think in terms of a fighting spirit and the leadership on the pitch isn't a bad replacement for Deck at all. I think he's the best that we've got for sure. Obviously, some people saying Connor Coventry is an option, and for sure off the bench and see what he has. But Nobe stepped up last week. And, you know, the performance speaks for itself. We beat a Wolves side that, you know, when they want to turn it on, can really turn it on. And we managed to hold them off. Albeit I did turn off the last 15 minutes of that stream after the Arsenal game. So
I watched it back, and again, it probably is because we knew the result. But I actually felt that Wolves they were much more dangerous in that first half compared to that second. I thought we defended pretty well. A lot of the shots were from distance, apart from Dawson playing it across his own box. Was the only time that I was a bit like, I don't know. And the goal where Issa's sort of switched off, and that does worry me a little bit going into today, because I think Vardy's movement and Kelechi's movement as well is going to cause him problems. And I think I'd heard Ogbonna was in, I don't know, lads, you probably saw the training, whether he was in training or not, Angelo, but if I personally, I would have tried to have got him back for today, just because I think he's so important to that defence, and just for him marshalling it. You don't realise how good he is until he's not there, and it's always the case with Angelo.
To think a few seasons ago, it was a completely different story with him, where he was the weak link compared to Winston Reid and Ginge for a couple of seasons. But yeah, honestly, like Ogbonna was an absolute colossus at, I'm tempted to call it the Walker Stadium, but it's not called that anymore. King Power, isn't it?
King Power.
Yeah, King Power. He was an absolute colossus that day. Absolutely pocketed everyone. It's really different. And yeah, Vardy against Dawson with his, you know, slight slow pace exposes the type of striker that Dawson doesn't do too well against, in my opinion. Equally, you know, we've got the best possible lineup, I think, from what we've got available. I think if you throw, you know, mentioned Connor Coventry definitely on the bench, but a good point that was made last week, Angus, was if you throw him in the deep end, it could end up like Odubeku in the cup. I'm just glad to see him on the bench. I'm glad 100%. To see there as at least a centre mid option on the bench, because he's highly rated and definitely could come. Because what we needed was someone to come in and plug the midfield against Wolves, and we couldn't do that. We would have brought on Mark Noble for the last 15, 20 minutes. And I think Noble's second half was a colossus for us against Wolves. Yeah. And I've been a bit, you know, one of the few. I'm not afraid to criticise Mark Noble. I know some people on Twitter are. But equally, you've got to praise him where it's due. And he was immense second half. First half, but second half, he was immense for us with the little fouls he won and things like that. Brilliant. And I wasn't as worried with Wolves. I just didn't want to say, I wasn't worried, and then us concede and it'd be a Kirby enthusiasm moment. But I was confident we were going to see it out last week, whereas Arsenal, I wasn't at all. Be interesting to see how we start. Bowen had a good couple of minutes up top on his own when he first came on, but was muted since then. So it'd be very interesting to see.
That's the problem.
Case could have been made for Lingard to start up top with Ben Rama as a 10, but Moyes trusts him.
I think that's the only thing that I worry about is us holding the ball up, because Mickey obviously offers that. And I don't, as good as Jesse is and as good as Bowen are, I'm not convinced that when we can't hold the ball up, the team has a lot of the ball and they put us under so much pressure, and then it worries me a little bit. So I wonder whether he'll bring on. Well, I mean, the only player you can bring on really is Ben Rama, I'd imagine, in the second half up front. So I'm sure we'll see him, but he's not bad on the ball. But again, just a presence, man, and that's how big Antonio is for us.
Just going to go on a tangent. I'm watching the end of Burnley Newcastle, and Tarkowski just made an amazing clearance off the line.
They should have had a penalty.
The other day after. Just a couple of days after I said I'm actually really glad we didn't sign Tarkowski, and I've actually got an article pending on the West Ham way of me saying 5 times where we missed out on 5 times where we were too quick to have a go at the board for not signing players, and Tarkowski was number 4.
Yeah. wouldn't have said. Do you remember how much?
And he's had a blinder.
Do you remember how much money they wanted? It was like 35 mil, wasn't it?
That's unbelievable.
More than that, I think it was 40 million, but we were only willing to bid like 30 or something. And
but then I think Leicester were in, weren't they, for him? And then they went for Fofana.
But there was also Leicester got a taste of their own medicine after they sold Maguire, because I remember they sold Maguire for like 80, and they wanted Ake, and they were like, all right, 60 million. And they were like, what? He goes, well, you're going to overcharge for Maguire. We're going to overcharge for Ake. And I think Burnley did the same with Tarkowski. So, yeah. Back to West Ham. Sorry, I've done the normal thing there.
I was just going to say very quickly on Noble last week. I was listening to the UINs podcast done by The Athletic with Sam Delaney and Rashane Thomas, and they said that the difference between the Arsenal game and the West Ham game, the Arsenal game, the Wolves game, this is Rashane Thomas, because he was at the game, was saying that, as soon as we went 3-2 in the Wolves game, there were a lot more words from the touchline, and in particular as well from Mark Noble, just asking for a bit of composure. Whereas he said he heard absolutely none of that in the Arsenal game. So it looks like we made a change. When it came to it, obviously we're in the same position, and this time we got a different result. And I think, a lot of that could be credited to someone like Mark Noble. And obviously, they were talking about, the likes of Kevin Nolan and Moyes on the touchline doing the same thing. But it was just nice to have a body in there that had actually played the 70 minutes or whatnot before we went to 3-2, and was already a body in there that was making a difference, or at least trying to, and he wasn't thrown in the deep end.
That's what I liked about him in the game, though. I thought he covered for Cress. I mean, Cress got caught out on an occasion. Diop got caught out. He was there. Dennis said earlier he won important fouls, which again is a bit of a knack to slow down the tempo of the game. It's going to be tough for him today, but I think Maddison being out does help us. I know Pratt's a decent player, but definitely not Maddison level. I just hope he has a good performance. It is it is a real tough test for him. This and the Chelsea game for me are the toughest test for Marky Noble. But other than that, I was really happy with his performance, and it was a disciplined one from him as well.
The way I see it, mate, although I might get a few groans from people in the comments, but you talk about games being free hits. I see this as almost a half a free hit in Leicester and Chelsea, and that we're pretty depleted, and they're going to be our only two tough opponents until the end of the season. If we can get through these, I'm just going to say, if we can pick up 2 points out of these next two games, or any point in your thingy, and then go on a tear end of season, got no worries. I think Chelsea are going to drop. Chelsea and Leicester are going to lose some points. Leicester have got a tough run in at the end of the season. I think they play City and Spurs last two games, who themselves are going to be chasing, maybe not City, but Spurs are going to be chasing for Europe at the end of the season. So it could be that Leicester drop out of the top four again. You never know.
This is potentially the problem, though. I mean, I think it's been such an up and down season. I think for a team in fifth or whatever we are now, sixth with a game in hand, I think most years with this many games to go, you could see it as a free hit playing third. But I just looked at the table, and I mean, the reality is that none of them are free hits, because we're potentially a loss away from going like eighth. Like, there are just so many teams there. Everton are like 6 points away, 7 points away with 2 games in hand. And it's just, I think it's 6 points with 2 games in hand if we lose this one. And it's just so close. It's so close.
If we lose both these games, then we've got something to worry about. My point is if we come out of these with something, just with something out of each game, even if it's just 2 draws, or if we win one and lose one, or
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I reckon it's going to be okay.
We talk about momentum quite a bit, and because we've got Declan and Angelo out, I think Chelsea's. I mean, let's just get through today, and we'll see what we look like, and we'll have probably a better idea about how we'll play against Chelsea. But I think in terms of a run-in, again, no easy fixtures, but what is it? Newcastle, Burnley, West Brom, Everton, which again we spoke about them having a game in hand. Southampton, like
Brighton.
Brighton. I think we could win those games again. And if you get Angelo and Declan back at the right time, then you can just sort of get through. I think without Mickey, but again, in games like this, getting a point is a massive.
And another thing again. I know he's not going to see, but Yarmolenko coming back, that's just something else. I mean, I know he's not a starter, but someone just to come on last bloody 10 minutes and have a shot from distance.
Get
a lucky goal like he did against Villa,
I think the problem with that, though, I definitely agree with that 100%. more alluding to is the fact that the problem is if Moyes sees him as an option as a starter, which I think is a potential because we don't have, and that's where we run the risk. He might as well not be playing at all.
If you play him, you play him up top. Play him on the wing. It's a write off. Like if you play him up top, it's not great, but we might be the other players might be able to carry it. You're starting wide right, nah.
Yeah,
going wide right.
Yeah. Going back to the draw very quickly, I will agree with you. I've never gone into a game pretty much with kind of, I'd be so happy to take a point, or at least I was a couple of days ago. Obviously, Leicester's lineup changes things a tiny bit, but, I think I've never wanted to take a point more going into a game. Obviously, in seasons before where we've played City and Liverpool, fine, but a team near and nearabouts us, to us, I definitely take a point.
It's a must not lose. Is the way I cast.
I mean,
it's a must not lose.
The thing is, as well, Chelsea yesterday were unbelievable in that first half, and I'm thinking, I can't tell you what, that is a big ask for West Ham after that Newcastle game. But listen, it's one of them things, isn't it? Like where you don't really want to get into looking at so many other fixtures. I think as long as we just win the games we should win, then we give ourselves a fighting chance. And this league's been so up and down this season. Look at Chelsea losing 5-2 to West Brom. It can happen to Liverpool or Spurs or anyone like that. So we've just got to do our job and hopefully we'll be all right. Hopefully Maddison being out, sir, is a blessing in disguise. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't expect that to happen. So
without sounding completely pig ignorant, who else are they missing? Because you mentioned there's a couple of
names. Soyuncu, Chowdhury.
Barnes missing was a given. Sorry, but yeah,
Barnes is a big miss for them, actually, to be honest.
Just give me a sec, boys. I'm just going to adjust this Wi-Fi. Hold on. Sorry.
I don't think
I'm tempted to do the Harvey Barnes thing, but I don't know if many people in the comments will get it. Oh, it's Harvey Barnes. Nope. Okay, no one gets it.
Well, no, give it time.
It's like, I think there's a really, really, really like lethargic commentary of like Harvey Barnes scores a streamer equaliser, but he's on loan somewhere, and the commentator goes, "Oh, it's Harvey Barnes."
Someone said it's probably Soccer AM humour, but like someone said, like no one ever calls him Barnes. They always have to call him Harvey Barnes. Like one of them players, like we have to say his first name and his second name. It's just like, oh my god.
It's like again, it's a bit like it's Kevin De Bruyne. It's not De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Like,
it's Martin Tyler's James Justin. Well. James Justin. That's another one. Who's also out. And everyone has to say James Justin.
To a lesser extent, I think Michael Antonio has that a bit with non-West Ham fans. Like we called him Antonio or Mickey. And it's always, Michael Antonio. And it's like,
Mickey,
mate. Just call him Mickey.
Did you Mark Noble's got a bit of that as well, do you reckon? Not the same level.
I reckon they do talk about that. I think they do call him Noble. But there's quite a few players. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was always said with his full name, Torre Andre Flo. Yeah. Harry Arter, Bill. You're right. Harry Arter is always just called Harry Arter.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, so weird, isn't it?
I'd say in British press, although not so much in German, Ballack got that treatment as well. There's always Michael Ballack, not Ballack.
Yeah.
Whereas in German, they would just shout Ballack in a very intimidating German accent.
I'll tell you what, mate, if we could pull something off today.
I thought you were about to go, I'll tell you what, we could do with Michael Ballack today. I'm like, okay. Now, Michael Ballack will probably do a better job than quite a few midfielders. But yeah.
James Rodriguez. Yeah, I'd say that's
James Rodriguez. Although the Everton fans just call him James.
I can't believe they managed to get hold of him on a free, though. It's just... You forget how
was it free? I swear he was on loan.
No, free, isn't it? Madrid just gave him away. Probably his wages, to be honest. And I think they've probably got some financial problems.
Yeah, imagine so. Madrid and Barca have in a financial black hole. Really, they've been overtaken by the resurgent Milan clubs and PSG in the financial league tables and stuff like that. Oh, right. Wooly, wouldn't we all, mate? Wouldn't we all? We'd all love that.
Do you know what? I watched that goal the other day and I thought...
I'm watching it now.
The technique is tasty.
Someone might have my Twitter feed up because I retweeted Henry put it up about half an hour ago, and I've retweeted it just before he said that.
Right, smash the like on the stream. I think kickoff's 2:05, so they're coming out now.
They're coming out now to the bubbles. We're in the home kit.
God, I hate Jamie Vardy when we're playing against him. Massive boost for them not having Madison Perez. Yeah, I meant to say that as well, Dennis. Ozzy Perez isn't playing.
I'm not going to lie, I'm fuming. I forgot to do my because I've been around with my local election and work. I haven't done my fantasy team in like weeks, and I was like, I penciled it in on my phone, Captain Vardy, like reminding myself to transfer Vardy in and captain him.
Oh,
I didn't do it.
I
didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I captained Stuart Dallas, mate. No, I benched Stuart Dallas even. No, sorry, yeah. And he's just sitting there, and I'm like, and I put on Diaz. Actually, Diaz didn't play yesterday, so I might get lucky.
Play. No. Yeah, if he's fresh in your bench, he'll.
Yeah, I think
my
he might
mate
be.
Fiona kept sending me Snapchats of her drunkenly going along to the Dallas theme, and I'm getting a bit sick of it now. So now I can't ever watch Dallas. Not that I'd ever want to, but
Dallas is. I think he's so underrated. Like, I'd love him.
Oh no, I love the player. I mean, I'm talking like that, like Who Shot JR 80s American TV show, mate. Like, constant Snapchats of that from Leeds fans.
Yeah, no, Stuart Dallas is brilliant. Yeah.
He's They'll never let him go. That's the problem.
No, exactly. Same with Luke Haley.
Am I correct? Yeah. Am I correct in thinking he was like on the scrap heap for them a couple of years ago? Am I thinking correct? Am I getting mixed up with someone? Yeah, like they signed him from Brentford, and then he was in there. He wasn't getting in the side before Bielsa took over.
I'll tell you what. By the way, I've just had a look at Leicester's bench. It's relatively weak. You know, it's not. I think Tavares, Campbell, a couple of youngsters on there.
Still better than ours. Come on.
No, I'm trying to look for positives. I'm trying to look for positives.
No, the only good ones there, the only relative starters are Fuchs. A couple of other defenders in there. They've got nothing attacking on their bench whatsoever.
Nobes has made, who's in the top list, isn't he, for most appearances for a single club. 400th appearance for Marky Noble today. Unreal.
So he's already done that. I think it's his 400th start, or was it Premier League appearance?
Oh yeah, probably, probably Premier.
I swear he already hit the 400 milestone a while back.
I thought he hit 500 actually. Maybe. Nah, it can't be 500. Maybe it's a bit much.
He's only got, including cup. When we win the Champions League, FA Cup, and League Cup next year, and he plays in every game, so he'll make about 70 appearances next year. Maybe talk for coming out of retirement to do the Charity Shield. But yeah,
they've just commenced the. I think it's 2 minutes of silence for
Oh yeah, it's 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
and the whistle's blown to wrap that up on my stream.
There we are, I've had it here. It's interesting because there wasn't like a big cheer at the end of it like there normally is. So
Yeah.
Interesting story of minute silences. Small anecdote. Guy I went to school with thought you had to hold your breath for a minute.
Are you live?
Yeah, we were just like, we had to break a minute silent because he was doing it. And we were looking at him like,
I bet he was
and someone
panicking
had to
about
say,
this weekend, wasn't
like,
he?
someone hissed, like, what are you doing? Like that,
Can you
like
imagine?
behind his
Can you
head.
imagine?
And he was like,
no, that's
two-
it. That's him going
2
for it.
minutes.
Yeah.
no,
I
this
did well
is like
enough
a
for
minute
one.
silence on Remembrance Sunday. It was like year 7, and we were just like, what is he doing?
Yeah. Interesting to see Gareth Southgate watching from the stands. It appears he watches every Premier League game from the stands. Yeah,
That
he
was
must have
funny
travelled
yesterday
around the
when we
UK
played.
more than anyone this year. I'm honestly convinced by that. Yesterday, watching the City Leeds game, it's incredible.
Nice job, innit? Go around watching a bit of football.
yeah.
Who should I pick?
Incredible.
Grealish or
Yeah.
I'm interested. It's
Trent.
like Vardy's retired, so he can only really be watching Lingard here.
Yeah, it would be Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
No offense to Bowen and Cresswell, they're not quite at that level.
Vardy's
Craig Dawson
retired.
is though.
Yeah, Vardy's retired. So I was saying, like, because Vardy's retired, and he probably would have been told that Maddison wasn't playing, so it could only be Lingard that he's going to look at.
Right on the byline. This is going to be an interesting delivery. I'm not sure what minute you guys are on. I mean, I'm still in the first, but just clocked over.
I'm 40 seconds. Just had Mark Noble do what every West Ham fan screams at him for doing, sadly, in the first 20 seconds, walk and let someone run past him. Yeah.
I think in all likelihood
Just got the free kick here.
We might see that rotating front three, at least for the first half. So, just there and thereabouts, Jared Bowen, Jesse Lingard, and Fornals all rotating. You think the two rotating would be Bowen and Lingard? I think Fornals will still stay on the left-hand side.
That's what was interesting, and I think on Monday, where it's like Fornals was actually joining the attack anyway. So we're not bereft of getting forward. We've pressed them very high here. Yeah,
not necessarily the thing you want to be doing against Leicester, considering the way that Jamie Vardy plays.
Oh, tell me about it, mate.
Yeah, he's literally, if a normal striker's a number 9, he's about a number 50. He's literally offside in the game more times than he's onside.
Quick maths there.
And Diddy with a high elbow.
Yeah,
Charles, let's go.
Sorry, a few technical issues with Sky Go, but I think we're getting there.
Tory Charles. I'm just loving the no response to that.
What?
Me calling you Tory Charles because
Tory Charles.
Technical issues. Tarquin hadn't paid the Sky bill.
God, Dennis, mate, you got to let it go. Got to let that one go.
I can confirm that we are 2 minutes and 45 seconds in, and Mike Dean's already trying to pursue another acting career. You'll see what I mean when you see the free kick.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. He's currently lecturing Arthur Masuaku on stuff, and they take it from exactly where.
Yeah.
He loves it. Look, I just hate him so much, man. He loves it.
He's
all
got
about
another
him,
year. Lovely. Can't
West
wait.
Ham and Leicester. It's perhaps the Mike Dean show. Right, yeah, all right, mate.
Do you think
I'm
I'm not going to comment on it.
no, God.
I was going to say, did anything ever come of those death threats he got?
Well, he's still alive, so.
No. What I mean is, like, he mentioned it, but I don't. No. But what I'm saying, mate, is that has there been any arrests? Has there been any arrests? Is there any investigation? Fabianski was a safe save from
Well
Iheanacho
observed,
from
Charles.
distance. No, but Charles, that's not what I meant.
That's
What I
like
meant
Michael,
was
Michael Owen commentary there.
yeah, they disappeared. That disappeared into nothing pretty quick, didn't it? Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. Clip that one up.
Yeah, that was class. Clever.
That's going to go into the no context Charles we've got now. No longer no context Dennis.
Yeah, you've got to tag in. Oh, there we
Leslie's
go.
got it in one. Southgate is scouting Noble.
Yeah, of course he is.
And Dawson, to be fair, we forgot about Dawson.
We started
Yeah, we didn't
the first 5 minutes as the dominant team, that's for sure.
Cool. Noble's
Noble,
looking
nice,
a bit,
very
yeah,
couple of very nice balls from Noble there.
looking a bit sharp, isn't he?
Diop's also. Oh, that's got to be a free kick. Thank you, Mike
Yeah.
Dean. Can't believe I'm saying that.
I was reading something. I
fairness,
forgot
the
who was
last-
saying it. Sorry, Angus. I was just saying that. I was reading something the other day saying that like Noble's athletic ability ain't there anymore, but you know his technical ability is. And his brain is still there.
This is the good thing about Mark Noble is he never really had an engine. So
Yeah, that's true.
you know he's just lost that little bit of pace he did have. Close. So that's where it is. As I'm talking to, well, he's moved out now, but one of my housemates who was all into sports psychology and stuff. Sports player, you got to be, quick, intelligent, technical, and Noble is intelligent and technical, but not quick. So he's 2 out of 3. So
I've always thought he was underrated. I thought he was always underrated in terms of his technical ability. That's my opinion, but
it's only under Pellegrini that like the first season under Pellegrini when he started pinging balls with the outside of his foot and stuff, people started appreciating how actually he is very technically gifted.
He's the
I thought he was, that last season at the Bowling, he was just a different class, mate. When he was.
Well, I remember his an underrated goal of his was his screamer against South. Not screamer, but he ran. He despite being slow, managed to turn his way through Southampton's midfield. One of the first games of the season, year before that.
How is that not a foul,
from outside of the box? Yeah,
how is that not a foul?
Mazuaku's just been crucified there.
Literally taking his legs out, and Mike Dean's like, "Oh, well, it's clearly a Leicester throw."
Oh. How's that play on? Oh, whatever.
Welcome to the world of Mike Dean.
Some horrible decisions this weekend, refereeing wise.
Mike Dean's world, we're all just living in it.
Oh no, don't worry, mate. I had to hear it all yesterday from a mate who's a Liverpool fan that it's all FA's corrupt, VAR's against them, and then went silent when they went 2-1 up. Despite the conspiracy, they still won.
Cresswell went for a header there and pretty much let Iheanacho through.
And the trouble is, yeah, I've just seen it now.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Thank God Iheanacho hasn't scored recently.
He scored a hat-trick the other week, mate.
I know, I'm joking.
Oh, mate, do you remember the meltdown over us not signing him? And he's done okay, but he hasn't exactly pulled up trees at Leicester.
I would have
I
liked
remember
to have
the
signed him.
absolute... Everyone was livid that we didn't sign him in 2017.
I think it was a good opportunity to get a decent player in, but yeah, I mean, I'm not, not upset.
But the way
over
the amount it was, for a fact that Sullivan would have he would have got at the time, and careful with this, similar expectations of Haller. Admittedly, it would have been half the price. But what I'm saying in relative, because football transfer fees have gone up, that would have been most of our budget because it was like 25 million we went for. And if he didn't set the world alight that season, as bad as people going about Hernandez being a flop, he still scored about 8 goals that season.
And he got played out of position and
cost about 10 million. Cost about 10 million less. And people go on about Hernandez being a waste of money. So I think Iheanacho would have been chased out of the club after 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, if Allaire cost 20 mil, let's say, I think people would look back
in today's market. Yeah, if he cost 20 mil in 2017, people go, "Oh, come on, you got to get like 15 goals out of that," or 20, or sorry, 10.
Oh,
Go
that's
on.
good.
Oh, yeah, nicely done. Come on, don't be sloppy.
Leicester definitely missing a creative edge in midfield. I mean, they've
James
when
Maddison.
when they intercept that ball quickly.
That's a foul, but another foul on Bowen. Oh, but that will be given as a foul. Okay, fair enough. Mark Noble just completely massacred Dennis Pratt, or whatever is how you pronounce it.
I mean, the trouble is with Bowen is that he's going down far too easily recently, and so it's becoming less and less of a chance that he's going to win these free kicks if he goes down that easy. But yeah, I mean,
and it's where he does it on the pitch as well. It's all quite. It's not like he's on the edge of the box.
He was for me. He was at fault for that. Arsenal second goal, was it second goal for Arsenal? He was at fault for that just because of how easily he went down. Oh, hold on, Souček's getting sent off again.
Yeah, that's high.
Oh, only the yellow. Yellow. He's like, that one's actually yellow.
No. Oh, it's a good job he was on the ground. I was just about to say, Nobes is playing all right, actually.
Oh, that had shades of Noble away at Leicester a few years back. That did.
That was more of a red card than Souček's actual red card.
Yeah.
The fact it was overturned within 20 minutes speaks volumes, mate.
Yeah, mate, honestly. I can't believe he's still reffing after that performance.
Well, he was reffing back.
This is Mike Dean, honestly. You watch this from the free kick. Sorry to interrupt, Roy.
No, I was saying about the tackles. They're so hard to get right now because the margin's so small.
Wait, hold on, guys. They didn't get me on my good side. We need to take it again.
It was a pretty shocking challenge, though, to be fair. It was a yellow card.
Oh, yeah.
No, not disputing that. That was terrible, but it's more... The problem there was he needed to tell people off for pushing, but he didn't tell the free kick takers. He was right to stop it, but it's just
oh my God. What an abysmal free kick that was.
Mate, don't complain.
I will not complain at all, but Jesus.
Yeah, Tielemans again is another massively underrated footballer, I think. I think if he played,
I think he's getting props this season, like he should have done.
If he's playing for like Spurs, City, whoever, he's getting raved about by the FIFA crowd,
Dennis, I was about to say that it's a FIFA job, isn't it? Because he's not quick. Everyone thinks he's not a good player, but he's very technically sound.
He's what
he plays so deep though as well. That's the problem. He's like Ward-Prowse, but without the free kick ability. Yeah. You see his long shots. His long shots are really decent.
And because of the free kick ability, Ward-Prowse gets hyped from the FIFA crowd.
No, he actually doesn't.
The trouble is with Tielemans is that he doesn't score 30 goals a season and assists 25 times. That's why he's a bad player.
Yeah, but he has got forward this season. And he's decent.
Oh no, I don't think anyone's saying he's a bad player. I think people go, "Oh yeah, but it's at Leicester," and it's like I hate that.
My sarcasm. I don't think my sarcasm.
Yeah. He's still playing against the same blinking opponents. Oh god, they're dancing for us. Well done, dear.
Pablo.
Go on, Pablo. I love you, mate.
Oh,
stay on your feet, Jared. Stay on your feet. Oh, well, to be fair, we won the free kick that time.
Yeah, he did get fouled, to be fair.
Yeah, you can tell very quickly that these Leicester midfielders are getting slightly frustrated. They're just trying to push up a tiny bit more because, again, they don't have the creative outlet. So they're trying to force it on themselves with the likes of Tielemans. And we could counter them quite easily in this second half if they still don't have one in the back of the net. Because you can tell already, I mean, we're 12 minutes in and they're missing that something special in the attacking midfield because they have the ball there a lot. But he keeps getting
very good ball, really and Jay Lings has got the ball.
Jay Lings.
He's running at them.
No, that's a bit soft.
Oh, that's a free kick. Yes, thank you. No.
I thought it was a bit soft.
No, that is a free kick.
But yeah, no, you're right, Angus. I mean, I think defensively that midfield looks very resolute. But again, you need someone to carry the ball out into that final third and do something with it. And obviously, Maddison would be a quality option, but not in the team.
Well, it'll suit us if they keep trying to play that ball into Iheanacho.
It's quite funny. They literally, you're watching Iheanacho, someone who, like Vardy, likes to play off the line and play off that back four, having to drop into those positions, and he's not picking them up correctly. So you're getting a lot of throw-ins, a lot of stoppages and whatnot. And you've got Tielemans who's still sitting back. They've almost got 3 CDMs and just nothing there. So they will try and, you will see potentially a solo run from, the defensive midfield just because they don't have anything going for them. And you see Jamie Vardy picks up the ball. Oh, my God. in a position that's just far too deep for
Oh
him
my
to really
God.
do anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Christ
also
almighty.
that
Really
was
made a mockery of it though.
shocking defending from position. Oh my God, get rid.
Yeah.
God,
Nice
it's
one.
like
That is shocking.
Chuckle
position.
Brothers. It really is.
Yeah, that was poor. And that's the trouble with someone like Diop, is that he's just a bit too erratic. Like, he gets so far out of position sometimes.
For me, it's his decision making. Like,
Yeah.
it's just he doesn't
Fabianski's
know.
been caught.
Never decisive.
Hope his hand's all right.
Oh, that's a good ball. Deal with that.
Since New Year's Day, look at that.
It's we talked about this in the Wolves game. It's communication between that back three. That's where Angelo comes in.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, Angelo is constantly in Dawson and Cresswell's ear, telling them where to be.
yeah.
You put Ogbonna with Dawson back in that defence. I mean, that'll be a really decent looking defence then.
I think I said at the United game. I hope it's not too bad because I think Angelo, other than Rice and Sushek, I think Angelo Bono would be the biggest loss. So
The funny thing is, we have Ogbonna, Antonio, and Rice, the three most important players, all out right now.
Well, I maintain that. Yeah, I maintain if we had the other
That.
two, losing Antonio wouldn't be as bad. It's just the fact
No, of
you've
course
lost them, so now you can't defend from the front with Mickey.
I think this season we've always been able to get something from a set piece, and it's just defensively you just see those lapses occasionally, particularly in that Wolves game and the Arsenal game. I feel a bit hard. I feel like I'm always a bit too harsh on Diop, but just sometimes his concentration.
It's just the intelligence. He's got
The other thing is
pace,
he's
got the skill.
He's got the attributes. But he's
He's
just
been
not
hyped
like
up.
isn't there.
He's been
I think he
hyped
just
up
needs
by the likes of
maturity as
Guardiola and
well.
stuff.
Yeah. I think he just needs a bit of experience and maturity, and because he's a good player. He's a good player on his day.
I think
Exactly.
I'm not digging out, Charles. I think it's a bit of a myth though, because he's what he joined us when he was 22. He's now what 25. He's got to be improving
I
his
think
game a bit more than where he's at.
I think it's down to training as well. Could be an element. I think if he goes to another club with a much bigger training setup, like we've only got a few coaches, and they've got specialised defensive unit and things like someone like you'd imagine Leicester having, or a big European club. I think he will turn into a great centre back. And you can look at Craig Dawson. He's having the season of his life at pushing 30, just over 30.
32.
Same with Ogbonna.
I think Craig Dawson's quite a lot younger than most people think he is. I think he's only.
I remember him breaking through. It was 2010, 2011. Guy called Johnny Lynch, who went to uni with Rochdale Fab, was just hyping him beyond belief and saying West Ham need to sign him, future England player and stuff. And he went to West Brom and it didn't quite work out. But
Yeah, he's 30.
I know, but people think he's a lot because he's been around for such a long time. People think he's older than he is. Dawson doing a good Ogbonna impression there. That was brilliant.
Oh, come on, boys.
Come on. Now we're under the cosh again. Right, Diop, stay central.
Dawson.
Dawson
Cool
cleaning up.
Great.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my
rarely,
God, Bowen, you've got to try.
Not his strong suit, mate. He tried. Right, come on.
I mean,
come on. Show him out wide. No, don't let him cut inside.
Leicester corner.
Yep, that's right. But I mean, I don't know whether you guys have already talked about this, but I mean, what more has Odubeke got to do in the under-23s to get a shout at getting some playing time? Do we see that today? Do we think he's coming in and coming on for Bowen at some point?
Well,
maybe
I think,
last 30 seconds.
Yeah, but to be honest, at the same time, if you are assessing them as which is the option for a starting position, Bowen's the clear choice. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, Mickey's out now, but we've been performing well. So, but definitely, he's an incredible player and has a really good future as well. Good finish.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. I think surely, when Bowen's tank is running low, you've got to consider just putting him on, getting him some minutes. Bowen,
what will happen? Son. Go on, Jared. Go on, J-Rod.
Oh, that's a terrible ball.
Decision-making
ball from Bowen.
Decision-making. But what you love is they know that Lingard's a danger man. They completely crowded him out there.
Yeah.
Oh, such a poor ball.
Oh,
I
there's
think
the
the big
noble
difference.
turn.
Yeah, I think the big difference here from when last time Mickey was injured is that, yes, we know my opinions of Haller, but we've got a player up top now, although not a striker, that is able to replicate some of the movement that Antonio did. Whereas
Joe
before,
Bowen nearly
we
threw on
couldn't.
goal there. He's
you're
clattered.
right.
Whereas although Haller is a striker, he wouldn't have made that move.
Oh, Bo crashed into the post there.
That's the difference between this time and last time. Oh no, well, Audrey Beckham might come on sooner than you might think, mate.
Well, there we go. No,
Oh,
I think
he doesn't. He does look in pain.
I tell you what, that's a
No,
lovely
it'll be
cross
fine.
from Masuaku.
Oh, it's great to have him
And he
back.
was on
isn't
side
it?
as well.
It's great to have Maz back.
Yeah.
I overdid it in the other game. I was like, he was brilliant. I watched back. I was like, he was okay. It's just nice to have a player that's good on the ball. It's like
It's just he offers something different. Like, I remember when I did my player reviews at the end of the season, I said that he's the most frustrating player because when we play in a back four, and he needs to change a position, maybe going into a left side of midfield or left winger, and we've changed to wing backs, so that's resolved that problem.
Yeah, I agree. He's an odd one, isn't he? He has to. He can't play. He can't be. He can never be a conventional left back for me. He's
No.
definitely just an attacking player.
Because we had the old conundrum where he'll come in, have a couple good games, then go back to being dog shit, and then Cresswell will come in, have a couple good games.
But mate, that
Good rest.
debate went on for ages. People were slated him. I was like, he's not a left back though, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's
He
either
never
a
played.
winger
has
or a
been.
wing back or.
I think
You play him as a
wrong, but-
left midfielder. Because
Yeah,
his
like-
composure on the ball is quality, so you wouldn't want him too far up the pitch. But he can definitely do bits from a natural left midfield. But, we just don't play that way, do we?
Yeah,
We've never
I
played
swear-
that way.
I was going to say, I swear, when he played in France before we went out to Piarcos, he played as a midfielder. I think, again, Dennis Bingo, Football Manager 14, he was down as a number 10. I think.
I could actually imagine him at 10.
Yeah,
Just
this is
imagine
when he was
him
like
gliding on the
this is when he was like 18, 19. Like he was a youth player at some second-rate French team.
It's not
Good tracking back from Souček, and he's jogging, and he's managed to get back, which just shows Leicester. It's bizarre how
got
much they're
strength.
missing.
Maddison picks up that ball and he'll do damage with it.
When they defend, they switch into like a 4-4-2. I'm not sure if that's the way they play naturally. You would assume so potentially.
They've done it.
In Nacho, but they all drop back together. It's like they've got two defensive midfielders and literally nothing else.
Diop.
So
come on, son.
Oh,
What
no
are you
West
doing?
sweep up. Don't you worry.
Yeah, thank God.
I think Iheanacho, if anything, is the one that's been asked to move into that space because it isn't coming from midfield. But again, I think Yuri Tielemans, it's just going to get to the point where he's like stuff this and just goes. And that's what we've got to watch out for.
Iheanacho is playing either the deepest lying forward of all time, to the point where he might as well be in the deep fat fryer, or he is playing, being told to push down as an advanced midfielder.
Oh, nobes. Unlucky. He's definitely playing with a bit more confidence, Noble.
He's
than
zipping the
in
passes,
last
isn't he?
season.
He's making the right passes at the right times and slotting over when Diop mucks up. He seems to be quite a fair bit.
Yeah. No, that was a pretty poor
We're playing all right
decision.
here. It's actually been interesting to see a few balls from that left hand side. If we can just catch Leicester off guard, again, you've got a chance there from across.
I think it's fairly obvious that we do match them for quality. I mean, we both teams don't have a lot going forward at the moment.
No, we definitely miss
if we get a breakthrough, that could be it. This screams a 1-0, to be fair. I think, first goal really matters here. There you go. Here's Yuri Tielemans pushing into the box. Trying to receive the 1-2. Shot from Vardy. Edge of the box. No chance.
I love, again, I say this all the time, but I love that we've all got Sky, yet Angus is in Australia and is getting this.
We're in England. Yeah, that's fabs all day long.
If anyone watching knows why we're being a bit muted, it is a very slow game at the minute. It's just sort of advances. Oh, there's a foul, things like that. So not an awful
cagey.
lot going on. Whereas we've been spoiled. We've been used to going 3-0 up inside like 20 minutes, 30 minutes last 2 games.
Oh, go on. What ball?
That's a great ball. Great ball. Go on, think about it. Use your brain. He didn't use his brain. Oh, he's offside after all that.
No. I hate that stupid late offside rule. Yeah, he was offside as well. Just raise the bloody flag then. Oh.
Was it offside?
Yeah, he was offside.
Have they done that thing again where they wait?
Yeah. They wait till after
10
we win the
minutes.
corner.
Oh, it's so annoying. That is the worst part.
Just raise the flag. I don't know why they've introduced it.
Nearly gave props to Fornals for an unreal ball. Then I was like, whew.
I think they've introduced it because of VAR. Let him play, carry on, and everything.
They're too scared. It's something to do. It's something to do with when they blow the whistle, isn't it, or make a decision so they can basically go back and check it. Yeah,
exactly. It's only meant to be if they're literally neck and neck, but referees are just don't want to make a mistake now that they've got that added security as well if they want to use it.
Even if it's 10 meters over offside, they'll just.
In case someone else has tried to play the ball and they don't see it, all that.
Fabianski had a bit of a hospital pass there for Cresswell.
Yeah, it was an interesting.
And now Masuaku's
do you see
in trouble.
Do you see the Firmino goal that got ruled out for offside as well yesterday? And they were trying.
I haven't seen it, but I received several lectures about it.
It's just horrible. The rule is so bad as well. The system's horrific. The rules even worse.
Yeah,
the difference is this Liverpool fan thinks it only goes against Liverpool, but it goes against so many teams.
But that's the thing. I think VAR is often sort of scapegoated. It's actually the rules that are stupid. That the things have been terrible.
Like the handball rule, they changed it after how many instances?
It's honestly
ridiculous.
High
here.
And again, when Pookie's beard was offside, I think that's when the offside rule should have changed.
The moment it should have changed.
The moment should have changed the moment that someone's fucking beard can be classed as being in play.
There was someone else. It might have been. I forgot who it was, but yeah, like toe, like someone's toe.
Yeah. There was one where Brighton had a goal disallowed against Liverpool because someone's thumb was offside or hand. How can the hand interfere with play?
The one the other night for Wolves was just.
Go on.
This one again for Liverpool was on Parkway.
Oh, here we go. Offside again. 10 minutes later.
Well, that's just factually incorrect, Harry.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Who is it?
What do you say?
Again, wait to the end until the offside goes.
Who is it? Oh, of course it is.
Fornals, wasn't it?
No, I think he was on about the comment.
Oh, yeah, I know that now.
Yeah.
Bill in the chat.
We're still above Arsenal, Harry.
Oh. Johnny Evans with a hospital ball out there for was it Lamptey or not Lamptey? Sorry, he plays for Brighton, doesn't he? Who's their attacking right back? Having a brain fart.
It was Amati, but you mean Ricardo?
Yeah.
Okay, Ricardo. Sorry, I do apologise. I had him slotted in as right back.
I think we've tried to get out of Marty on that right-hand side for Leicester a fair few times.
Oh!
The problem is that our most dangerous player is playing far too deep. I mean, Jesse should be playing where Jared's playing. If they're not together, then definitely he should be playing
Benrahma as a 10 and Lingard up top could have been a...
something like that. Oh, we scored. I can't believe what I've just seen. No. I actually can't believe what I saw.
No, Masuaku's done madness.
I'm going to shut up now.
All right.
Yes, Jesse Lingard, baby. Yes, J-Linged. Oh,
I couldn't believe it as well. Outside the box, and It's like everyone just watched it go into the back of the net.
Oh!
Look at Ricey, Ricey baby. But
That was a little bit.
What's
That was a little
Schmeichel
bit.
doing?
That was a little bit tasty, wasn't it?
Schmeichel just stands still. Well, the thing is, that seems like that should have been easily stopped.
Was that deflected? I don't know whether
It must
No,
have been.
it's a perfect finish.
Two
As well.
foul.
it's just caught him. What
But
a
look,
goal from Jesse Lingard.
Schmeichel is just standing still. Can't do anything about it. Soufal with the assist. Lingard. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Oh my god!
It's the
Jay
curl
Lingard.
that's going off target originally.
Get him on the plane, boys. Get him on the plane.
So look, that technique.
7
is
goals.
absolutely, that technique is disgusting.
7 goals in 9
That is
appearances.
absolutely ridiculous. Schmeichel ain't got hope.
And lads, who was it that said it'd be all? I said all
Mate,
right.
get over it. Get
Mate,
over
it's
it.
the fact that everyone was like, "Oh no, not Lingard! Oh no,
Dennis,
no, no!"
Dennis,
It goes for all of you in
Dennis.
the comments. It goes for all of you in
Dennis,
the
you'd still
comments
have
as well.
Haller. You'd still have Haller,
Dennis.
mate.
Yeah, I
Dennis.
bloody would. Haller's better than nobody.
Dennis, can you honestly say that you predicted that he'd get 7 goals in 9
I didn't
games?
predict that he would be this good, but I did say that he'd be a good asset.
Well, there you
for
go.
us. And I even said that at the beginning. I was the only one that even
the club
entertained the
obviously
idea
thought
of him
that as
coming
well.
here.
Most people thought that. Come on. It's Jesse Lingard.
Watch the video back, Angus. I got absolutely rinsed in the comments and by my co-presenters or whatever what we class ourselves.
Well, Harry, I clearly did say that, and I take back that statement completely. Although I think he would be very good on Strictly.
Yeah, definitely win on Strictly, especially with if his dance moves were a bit like his miming of music. I think he could also maybe he could be a correspondent on the One show as well, like a northern correspondent.
Well, like Jermaine Genius. He's on the One show now.
Yeah, like Jermaine Genius, but not a twat.
Oh god, I hate Jermaine Genius. Let's leave that
Not
where
a
it is.
terrible-
I'll go on.
not a
I'll be
terrible
going on
pundit.
for hours. No,
I don't
let's
hate
not even
Jermaine
go there.
Genius, but I also don't really think I just think he's very
Hate him.
boring.
Oh,
He's just a
Noble
boring
sliding.
person.
Great tackle.
Great tackle, Noble.
Yeah.
Go on.
He's a terrible pundit, but he's a nice bloke. Seems like a nice bloke anyway.
Don't even,
Thank
not
you,
even a
Darren.
quote, mate.
Thank you, Darren.
Oh!
Go on.
Oh.
Go on, Jailings. Kill him. Oh.
Oh. Very tasty there. Very, very close. Who was that with the was it Fofana? Oh,
No. Don't know.
Smash that like for Lingard to get another goal. Add it to his tally this season.
Jack
no,
Mate's going to be
that's
getting
not
that
a foul
tattoo
on
very
Noble.
quickly.
That is not a foul on Noble. Oh, Southgate, what are you thinking, mate? Take Noble as well.
He's thinking, where's Mason Mount?
What? If Eric Dyer gets in, mate, I think that's the level we're talking about.
He's thinking, yeah, he's good, but he's not quite Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer is a 10. That's the answer.
That's how we'll win.
Mason Mount wide right, leave Sancho at home. Jude Bellingham, yep, that's fine. There's one young player. That's all that we need. Just one.
Just Eric Dyer.
Ooh.
That's all we need to be.
Leicester have just snuck a corner that should have by rights gone out for a throw-in, but
Give Dennis his respect. I'll give him respect. Look, Dennis. Hands up.
yeah. And
You're
also,
right.
just I did not predict he'd be this good. I said he'd be a good asset, a good option for us.
I don't, and to be fair to you, I don't think anyone predicted he could have been good. I think everyone.
No
thought
one
he'd
would
be a
have
deep
predicted.
squad player, and
I would say this is good, but I say he'd start for us, but it's just another option.
Yeah.
He might play 60 minutes. He might come on for the last 30. Just another version of like the Ben Rama Fornells
Score a
we've
couple
got.
of goals here and there, but
Yeah.
I mean, 7
Yeah,
and
pick
9.
up a few
No
good
one
goals.
knew it'd be this good, but some
I'm
people
gobs-
call
I'm
for a
gobs-
start, 100%.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked how good he is. Like I just can't. I wouldn't have seen it coming in.
He always has
The
been
range,
this good.
range of
remember,
finishing though is unreal.
Mate, there was a performance he had against Watford in the 17-18 season for Man United.
The one where he ran
I went to
past
that
6
game,
players.
and it was mental.
It's
Absolutely
crazy.
mental game that was, and he ran the show for them. He always has been
I remember-
good. It's just
Do you remember that goal he scored in the FA Cup final? Sorry?
Yeah, Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he scored a belt that game. Now, what I compare him to, he's the George Harrison of Man United, and that he's a very good George Harrison, fantastic musician, creative mind, but he was in the same blinking band as
Oh,
John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Like, he was never going to stand out. So,
But the other
that's
way,
what it's
the other
like
thing
being at
is,
that era with Rashford and Martial. Like, he was never going to stand out.
yeah, and the other thing is he fits in a certain
Go on,
team.
Angus.
United, virtually every team they play have 11 men behind the ball for 90 minutes. And if you can compare him to Bruno, his strength is on the counter with his pace and his dribbling into open space and to be able to create the space quite easily as well when he only has to go past 3 or 4. Whereas and it's the same with Dan James as well. If you put Dan James into like the Newcastle team, for instance, he'd be their best player by a country mile. But he's playing for a team where his advantages just aren't used because they don't need him essentially.
I didn't know he was this good at carrying the ball though. I didn't know he could carry the ball the way he can, and
I didn't.
The pictures you get of him when he's got like 5 players around him, like it's just even
It's
the
so
Wolves
refreshing
game.
to finally have that. I mean, since Arnautovic, I think we really haven't had a player that can just take players on with the ball at his feet.
But he's super intelligent as well, isn't he? Sorry, Charles, go on.
I think another thing that goes under the radar is that we're actually supporting him as well. Everyone's playing their part in getting him the ball and getting him to do stuff. Like Fornals will do, get into decent positions. Bowen will get into decent positions. Antonio made that great run for his first goal. People are playing around him and just doing so well. It's not just like a one-man show. It's like a one-man show, but being supported by so many different characters. It's great.
Yeah, well, like that goal against Wolves, Mickey makes that run as well to make that space for him. So,
I think Pablo Fornals has been such an underrated presence for us in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's looking really good, actually.
I don't, Darren, to answer your comment, mate. Not heard that one, but he is banging in a few goals. He has banged in a few goals in the Championship for Barnsley. So we may be looking at him, but no, I've not heard.
Oh, Daryl Dyke.
I've never heard of this geezer before.
Barnsley,
he's on loan from Orlando in America, Barnsley, and he scored like 8 goals in 12 games or something crazy like that.
Scored a brace last game.
Well,
does a lot of podcasts as well with like BBC 5 Live, and like he's always on them.
Well,
he's young. He's only like 20 or something.
X already said that Tammy Abraham's going to be the main or the first target that we go for.
I've heard that our first target changed so many times, like in the past couple of months. I'm starting to. I don't even really know who we're going for.
Because El Mesri isn't going to come, and I think the border or I'd like to think they've learned from Baka to just not chase South. Oh, he's not South American. Sorry, he's North African. But players from Seville that don't want to come. We've learned from Baka, hopefully, that players don't want. Yeah, people don't want to swap Seville for London. Don't blame him.
But it's not just that though. Oh,
Iheanacho has a shot. Good block by I believe Dawson. Iheanacho dancing through, but I wouldn't be adverse to Abraham signing so long as it's not for a ridiculous inflated fee. Personally, not for Abraham's a good striker.
I think. Yeah, I think. Oh, Soufal's in. Please just learn your bloody lesson. Oh, he's so slow. Oh, we just blew a massive chance. Oh my god!
Just seen it now. Lingard. Oh, he's on as well. He's well on. Soufal, you've got to. Oh, yeah, he slows it up, and then it's a terrible.
Oh Christ! Yeah.
Slows it up. He should have taken it on himself.
Oh my god! Please don't tell me he mucks up from here.
He does.
Now you got Vardy.
Get rid. Well done. Good defending.
Strange decision from Soufal. I'm surprised he just didn't put it across the box.
A shocking decision. That's a horrific decision.
Then a decision that could.
He's
Well
just-
played,
it's-
actually, up there.
It's on his right foot as well. Like he doesn't have to worry about in swing to the keeper and the keeper coming out, anything like that. It's the most basic pass you'll ever see.
He's completely overthought it, hasn't he? Because he could just you can just see the run from Fornals.
Yeah.
And it's a tap in, basically, isn't it?
Oh, was it Fornals and not
Yeah.
Lingard? If it's Fornals, forget it. It's fine.
No,
Is that
was it
why?
Lingard?
He just looked up and went,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Gonna hit
But it
the
actually
post.
does look.
The one about the
Actually,
shot.
that's why it's interesting, because it looks like he sort of stops and
Oh, yeah,
waits
true.
for Lingard, as if he's just not.
Yeah.
Fornals, you ain't getting it, mate.
Like you say, Angus, I think it was just Soufal's lack of pace just kind of caught him out a
Yeah.
little bit.
That's a huge chance, you know.
I can't
But
take
you
going
know-
3-0 up again though. So
Yeah, that's what I was about to
So
Too
say.
that's
many
it.
goals.
Moyes knows that we switch off at 3-0. So what you're saying is score the second and third in the last 10 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
As
You check
as
this very
you
well.
as you
Oh.
said, Nearly went.
Cresswell, that's poor defending.
Ricardo
In
just
again.
absolutely blitzed us.
Oh
That's
my
Jesse,
god, we're
but
being
he's held it up.
overrun. No,
Go,
oh,
switch it.
Noble! What a ball! What a ball, Noble!
Oh, mate, that's an amazing ball, but I think he might be offside.
No, I think
No,
he
it's
looked. I think it was in his own half. I think it was in Lingard's own half. He was
Yeah.
started the run.
that's world class, no. I know it's not. It's
Told
just
you.
caught up a little
Told
bit.
you,
There.
mate.
He's looking really good in this game, Nobes.
He is. He looks confident.
well,
he looks good.
The thing is, he's just looking switched on. Like he's just making the right decisions. Slow it right up.
Well, yeah. I mean, Corey. He looks like he's been just either him or Nolan or Moyes has just briefed him in saying that, look, you're going to be best suited in these sort of little support roles, in these little kind of holding positions.
But
Like,
mate,
don't
what's
move too much.
this should have been the case for 2 seasons. I find it so weird. Moyes was getting him to go and press Noble. Just like he's looked so much better just sitting deeper.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, look, I'm not comparing him to Pirlo, but if he plays that sort of Pirlo position, then that will suit him.
He said it, Cockney Burlow.
Cockney Pirlo.
Though, I'm not going to lie, I at first thought you said furlough.
Furlough.
I'm not going to compare him to Burlow. But now Declan Rice is out, bring him in.
How dare we furlough Mark Noble?
Good furlough.
Watch
That's
the
definitely something. Oh no!
challenge.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was the penalty, but it's
He's
not.
offside, thank God.
He's off.
Yeah, I mean that's something GSB would definitely do. They'd definitely place Mark Noble on furlough.
Can you imagine? Literally, they're like, right, everyone in the stadium, you've got to go and furlough. And Mark, what have I got to go and furlough? Go on, Mark.
Yeah. I
Mark,
can
you've
imagine
been
having that
furloughed.
complete. I can imagine having that sort of complete non-plus, like what?
Why me?
Sort of
I'm
blur.
playing. Mark,
What?
just put your feet up,
Mate, I'm on the bench. Yeah, you're on furlough. You can't come off. Then the sequence passes notes and boys saying, "Bring him on while he's on furlough. Get us a point deduction." So we don't get Europe and don't have to spend.
That's GSB bingo.
What was it? A while ago, I said to Charles said to a mate of mine, like, I wonder what I created a short list of what Sullivan's excuses was going to be in like January 2020, and just listed everything that he had said before. And like, I remember he tried to use Brexit as a reason for not signing someone. I remember. I can't remember who it was, but it was like uncertainty over their visa status because of Brexit. And it's like, mate, it's not going to happen for years. Just buy the fucking player and sell him in like 3 years' time if you need to.
I bet
Right.
they gutted FFPs out the window now.
Yeah. Oh, I remember in like 2013, that was like all David Gold would tweet about, and then it got announced. Oh, yeah, it doesn't come into play until 2016.
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
No,
Then
it
why
wouldn't
are we
matter
agreeing
anyway.
to it?
They don't spend that much.
Well,
but no, that was
mate,
their
exactly.
excuse for not signing another striker after Carroll got injured. It was like, we've only got £5 million to spend, and we've spent it on Stuart Downing because of financial fair play.
The trouble is,
Downing
that
wasn't a bad signing, but
COVID has given them just a super excuse now for the next 10
Yeah.
years. Just be like, oh, we're still recovering from COVID.
Bowen's
But,
through,
like, this
he
was-
might
this
be
was-
offside, plays it across the
Oh.
box, could be 2-0. It's in the back of the net. Is he offside? It doesn't appear to be. And guess who it is again?
Oh, calm,
Is it Jay
Angus.
Lings? Jay Lings. And also, what I love as well is
Here we
when
go,
he's coming through
Bowen
now.
to Jay Lings!
Yeah!
No way.
Is he off though? Oh my god, I think he's
Come on,
off.
West Ham.
I think he's
he
off. I think he's
You
off.
think he's
I
off?
think
Oh
he
my
is.
god, Diop, that ball is absolutely disgusting.
He might be off,
Oh!
He
I
might
think
be
he's off
Let's have a
though.
look. Let's have a look.
I think he's off.
Oh yeah, he could be. He could
It's
just
so
be
offside.
off.
close.
Owen is just
Oh.
offside.
Tell you what, if Diop had pulled
Oh,
that
it's
ball
gonna
off, mate,
it's gonna be the exact same. This is Liverpool, so he looks
Oh.
onside, but then they're gonna bring the lines up.
Are they doing VAR, mate? Because they're not where I am. I'm
I'm
only
about
like
to have
about
a
10
fucking
seconds
heart
behind you.
attack.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Evans is
Oh.
No,
not.
Bowen. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then they
it's
bring the
Lingard.
arm out, and it looks a lot.
No, it's not Lingard.
He's on.
It's Bowen.
He's on. He's on, boys. He's on,
He's
boys.
on.
He's on.
Yeah, he's well on.
He's on. It's Evans' foot.
Yeah.
It's kept him on.
Because they
Evans-
no, but look
Evans
at
is dragging his foot.
this is the
Kept
thing.
it
Though. This is what happened in the
offside,
Liverpool game.
2-0.
You
What is
wait
going on?
when they bring the line up to here on Jesse. That's when it's so tight on Bowen. Rather, it's so stupid.
yeah,
I was about to
Lingard's
say,
not-
it
Lingard's
because
not
you can
offside.
see you got Evans is
Hang
dragging
on.
his leg.
Hang on. You made a decision.
it's
We got a
in.
decision.
It's onside. 2-0.
Given.
Can I just say, what a ball from Issa Diop. That's such a
From
pin,
Issa
mate.
Diop.
Such a
Corey,
pin, honestly.
apologies.
And you know what it is? You know what
No.
it is? Johnny Evans played him on side. United have been got deep plants in every club, haven't they?
Yeah,
Agent
United
Evans
have been helping us
making them
Yeah.
lose this game so they can't possibly
on
catch
a-
Man United for second place.
On an unrelated note, like you could see, like if you didn't put any of the lines up, like it's onside. But just the way, like how Bowen's just slightly leaning into it, Evans is just dragging his foot, and like they're making it so like minimal.
It's the
now.
arm. The arm is so much
Yeah.
forward than Bowen's foot. It's you watch
Exactly.
the Liverpool offside. It's unbelievable
You know what,
because it literally looks like that
Brilliant.
until they bring the lines up.
You know what?
Okay,
you know what
for a
worries
change,
me?
can we not concede before halftime? Go on, Charles.
You know what? It was worrying me was that offside happy linesman who kept on putting it up late. I was worried he's
Yeah,
going
he
to put
did
it
well.
up late, and there were
Yeah.
no chance. Oh, get in 2. Oh, good save, Fab. Well,
Shut up, man, because they know the
Take
pressure's
that.
coming now.
That's
Say
fair.
fans.
Oh, Jared, you got to do better there, mate. You can't give it away like that. That's
Mike D now
class.
pointing out the amount of times that Wesley Fofana's given away a foul and has finally awarded a yellow card. It's brilliant watching him sometimes. He's like pointing at the areas of the pitch.
Oh no, it's like theatre, isn't it, with Mike?
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That's a foul.
Wesley Fofana, what could have been?
And Andy Smith is very excited about that second goal. Too excited, some might say.
If we
It's the
Masuaka's on the other side here if we switch it from the free kick. Just switch
No,
it,
we
go.
can't-
Come on now.
No, we can't go 3-0 up, Angus. Don't do it. We can't
Yeah,
do
we
it,
just-
mate. Don't
we
do
just
it.
need 2-0. We just need 2-0.
Please miss. Please miss. Although we
We
are
just need-
5-0 up on aggregate against Leicester.
We need to keep it in the corner for the rest of the half.
Was it you that brought up the aggregate thing with Wolves the other day? There's no second leg.
We're 5-0 up on aggregate.
That's all right. A
Oh,
Villa
yeah,
fan.
yeah,
on-
that is-
Dennis,
Anyone
you're
watching,
that guy.
that is- yeah.
You're that guy that
Sorry.
says we won the second half. We won the first half.
Well, like when we're in Europe next year, we'll turn it around in the third leg.
Oh my god.
That's half time
But
2-0. Yeah, I saw all
Yeah.
these. All these.
I'm feeling some people might have had that on Dennis Bingo, so that's why I snuck that one in. So,
All
Get
these
in there.
Villa fans on Twitter last night saying, yeah, 8-2 unlucky and tweeting Liverpool, which is quite funny.
I haven't even changed the
Yeah.
scoreline. Half time, West Ham lead Leicester 2-0. You know who scored. You know who scored them both. But props to Diop for the second goal with the pre-assist. It was a very, very good pass. We could have actually had we could have actually had another because I mean Soufal should have put in 4 now. Let's be honest. Leicester haven't really threatened maybe once or twice. They lack creativity. Angus has been calling it probably since the 10th minute, and they haven't really shown any kind of
There's a
difference
huge
in their
gap
approach
There's
play.
a huge gap in their number 10 area.
And-
which
and-
means
and
Noble,
it su- and it
Noble has
suited
the
us-
freedom of Stretford.
And it suited us
Right.
massively. And Noble on a point has been really switched on. Diop had a shaky start, but I think we're just slightly warming up into the game. So big 45 minutes to come, but West Ham lead 2-0.
This is now the third game where we've had a 2-goal advantage going in, but at least we haven't conceded yet. That's the mindset thing. I'd much rather take a 2-0 than a 3-1 because, at least we're still hanging on to that clean sheet, and it's a bit of added incentive for those defenders.
I'm just gonna put something out there. My mate, give him a shout out, Harry, the Coventry fan who's watching. We are the kings of the Midlands, aren't we? We've done the double over. We've done the double over. We've done the double over Wolves.
No.
We've done doing the double over Leicester. We've done the double over.
It's only half time, mate.
We've been here before for 2 weeks.
We've already done the double over Villa, and then we've just got West Brom on the hit list.
But I will say, actually, a few times where Leicester have threatened to get in behind, particularly for that one where I can't remember. I think it's Vardy's got in behind Creswell. Fabianski's come out like lightning, and that's exactly what you need in these type of games. That's where he shines, because you can't have a lot going at you, but he just switches on. He just reads the game like brilliantly. So I know it's a little bit of a sort of underlying mark on it, but yeah.
I will say, talk about underlying marks. The other thing is a bang average Leicester side. Like, this is a really, really, like, if this was their starting 11 each week, they'd finish in the bottom 10, because they don't have those game changers, with the exception of Jamie Vardy. So,
but this is what I'm saying, is that, like, Maddison's missing, but I mean, is there anyone else that we're thinking?
Barnes is the other big one.
Barnes, yeah, I guess Barnes.
Perez, although not necessarily a game changer, that's another
Perez
outlet.
isn't in that.
That's an outlet that they're missing, that someone who could make a bit of a difference. So
Perez can play the 10. Perez can play 10.
Depth to ours is way better. Leicester squad depth compared to ours is way better. So the fact that we're still managing to be 2-0 up at them at half time is unreal.
I think they've got Undur is injured as well, the Turkish bloke that's come from Roma, because he's not on the bench. Yeah. They've got no attacking outlets on the bench. That's the thing that Corey touched on before the game. They've got 2 Premier League players almost in that substitution list, and they're both centre halves. So
they do have danger on the field. I mean, Tielemans balls in, and if he arrives late in the box, like you're saying, Angus, they push him up. That could cause us a problem. Vardy is a problem for any defence in the world. That man can cause problems for. And underestimate Iheanacho at your own cost. I did say before, he hasn't pulled up trees, but he has moments, and he almost had a moment for us. Good morning, Anthony. Glad to see you awake, mate.
The thing is, though, that it's not necessarily the players; it's the way it's completely disrupted their formation. What I was saying about Iheanacho and the point that you've touched on, Dennis. Yeah, he can turn a game on his head as well as Vardy. Especially, he's someone that absolutely thrives on confidence. He came from City, hasn't done anything at Leicester, and suddenly he scored like 6 goals in X amount of games back to back to back to back. But he's being asked to play a completely different role at the moment and almost drop in, and they've got nothing at the moment, in that second third of the pitch, really, because all their midfielders are almost playing in their own half. And I think Tielemans is the one that's trying to push up and make something happen, but then he drifts off wide because they've got no one pulling in the middle, and it's bizarre. It's really bizarre. And they don't have the options on the substitutions bench. So
bang on. And where we're excelling, I think, for the way that we're playing against Leicester, is we're dropping back very, very quickly as a back 5, and it's becoming hard for them to pick us off. And they've tried to press high, and then we've hit them on the counter. And go into the second half 2-0 up, they're going to have to come at us in that second half. So it might actually suit us.
That's the thing. They've got nothing in the middle, so they've tried to push it out wide. The likes of Tielemans, have gotten desperate. They've pushed up, and it was a 2-on-2. It was a 2-on-2 before we got into their own half, which is, it made it so easy for us. I'm just watching Ginge doing the punditry. It's quite interesting.
Right, I'll be back in a bit, boys.
Oh, we haven't got Ginge. We got the Micah Richards and the Clowns. Well, Micah Richards, Roy Keane, and Jamie Redknapp, should I say?
I actually love them. Micah especially.
I love Micah and Roy. I love Micah and Roy. I've got no time for Jamie Redknapp as a pundit. He literally lives.
I don't watch him, to be fair.
It's just the fact that he's Lampard's cousin and his daddy's Harry Redknapp.
Jamie Redknapp got one nothing more than anything.
No. I'll tell you what. I think he probably is a nice bloke. I'm just saying that he literally steals a living off of his family's name. Like, in this rent. Like, he was a bloody good footballer, but just not had a good career because of injuries. But as a pundit, he's not a good pundit. he's very
It
good
just
on.
shows-
Without going on a huge tangent, he's very good on the comedy shows with Flintoff and
Yeah,
James
he's good
Corden
on them.
and all that.
Yeah.
He's very good at that. I think that's what he should stick to. Punditry, not so much. You know,
They just
What's
showed that
what's
Lingard
show
goal
called?
again. Oh,
League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their
And
Own.
then they do like the challenges and stuff. The top, it's
Yeah.
trying to be like Top Gear. Corey, I'm going to insist you highlight Leslie's comment. Everyone needs to see that. That is bang on the money. That is my next job.
DOF. I'm gonna
What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna director of football, mate.
Director of
right.
football.
I'm gonna try and again we could talk about the club because of stuff, but we'll try and save it for another time. We'll just keep it on the games
we know
because
Master.
there's so much to talk about. But if we just keep, because honestly, the past couple of weeks we've got caught up in it, and let's just keep calm, everyone. not Angus. Angus seems pretty chill, but like definitely me. That second half against Wolves and all of us, we were just like, honestly, man.
Yeah.
We got 7.5 cup finals left.
Yeah,
that
Lingard.
Finals.
That Lingard finish was disgusting. That Lingard finish, honestly, like the technique is like when you see it as well. When he hits it, it's going out. That's why Schmeichel just doesn't move through it because he just can't see how he's going to get it. Honestly, mate.
You know we're still mathematically in the race for the Premier League title. Can you believe that?
It's on.
True,
The race for the title's on, mate. The race for the title's on.
I've just seen. We just had the highlights of Declan Rice's celebrations as well.
Yeah.
I love how Declan's there. Like I know he would be there, but like just the fact that he's like this whole team spirit that we've got is just class to see.
Just in case it goes back to 2-2 or 2-1.
Yeah.
Chuck him on with his crutches in his moon boot.
Jesse Lingard has never scored more than 8 goals in a Premier League season. And he's got that number in 9 appearances for West Ham. Jeez. He's got a point to prove, though, isn't he, as well? Like, he does. I mean...
He really does. As I said, he's always been there, just never quite at the platform.
I'm actually annoyed at myself as a football fan that I just couldn't... I was like, why would we bring Lingard in? Like, I just don't... I suppose you wouldn't naturally watch him week in, week out, but I just feel like... How could I have slept on him that bad?
It's more the fact that again, it's just not seeing him. Like,
yeah,
not just I say that he's a bit silly with his insistence that we sign Phil Jones. But that mate of mine that joined us for the United watch-along in the comments, United fan, would always say Jesse Lingard is a much better footballer. You just don't see it. It's when you see him play, he's unreal. Or maybe not so much unreal. And as a United fan, he did hype him a bit more than he is, but. This is what he's plenty capable of. He's shown it for England. He's shown it for United in glimpses. He's now showing it for us consistently.
Do you know what I like about it? Like when we when we signed him,
That's
we
fine.
were like, do you know, it's a bit of squad depth, a bit of quality adds to it. And then the more I watch him play, and the more I watch us play, the more I think he's literally perfect for how we want to play.
What we've missed for a couple of years.
And I'm like, Moyes just got it spot on. I mean, Lingard stepped up clearly, but you know,
I also think there is a bit of I don't think even Moyes knew he'd be this good, mate. I'm telling you. Like, people played up this whole Moyes link. He barely had a link with him when he was at United. He only played in a pre-season tournament, spent that season on loan at Brighton and Derby. Like,
but in terms of what we know, though, because every time Moyes comes out, he says, "Well, Lingard was like, you know, I picked Lingard as opposed to going out and get." So I kind of go, "Well, fair enough, mate." I mean, but yeah, you're right.
I think that you have to understand, mate. In football, there's a whole PR. He would have been briefed probably on what to say. Not saying he's a puppet. But he probably would have said, by the way, there's going to be a lot of questions about this. And therefore, he's decided, well, I'm just going to say, well, look at Lingard. I got that. Yeah, I would have liked a striker, but look what I've got. Like, you know, simple as that.
You know, the fun fact is Jesse Lingard has actually played for Leicester.
Yeah, of course he has.
Yeah, the year they also had, I believe they also had Harry Kane and
Body.
They had
Chris Wood.
Chris Wood, yeah, Kane. Harry Kane was there. This is when they got absolutely. They tried to shithouse their way to the playoffs final and missed the penalty, and then Watford scored in the dying second. I think he was.
Can you run through that commentary in your head?
Mate. I said
knockout
I was.
Takes Armenia saves. Knockout takes Armenia saves again.
Mate,
here's
Angus.
Dino.
Anecdote time. I was at university, so I wasn't in Watford when it happened, but I was working at Sports Direct, and I obviously had my phone in my bag. I just got so many voicemails and texts from mates of mine that are at the game, just going fucking mental.
That's the best. That's the best 30 seconds of football I've ever seen.
And I think the best one, I'll show you, is a mate of mine who was on the pitch, and there's just a picture of him with I think a few people took chairs from that game. It was such a moment of it. He has a chair in one hand and his arm around Gianfranco Zola.
Oh, no way. Oh, yeah,
and he's in a video, and it's a screenshot.
Oh, that's so funny.
And it's he didn't put it as profile photo because obviously he didn't want to get done, but he maintains that he didn't rip the chair up, he just picked it up. There was a couple of chairs that have been ripped up from fans being I'm taking a chair. And they had to actually stop the buses in Watford Town Centre. The buses couldn't get through. So, long story short, I guess anyone in the comments has been to Watford, you know what I mean? When you go to Watford to play, it's all narrow streets. You've got to go through the town centre, which is all a bus lane, just buses. And bus services had to be cancelled because there was too many fans in the street. They couldn't get the bus through. People came running out of pubs just to celebrate in the street.
Yeah,
it was mental. Everyone was a Watford fan for about 5 minutes.
That clip is what's it like watching football at its peak?
Yeah.
It's oh my god! Just can you imagine?
I am a West Ham United fan. If there was, I have to say, if there's any moment I wish it's in my top 5 moments of football that I realistically could have seen. I'm not talking 66 World Cup final or watching some West Ham in Europe in 2000 when I was 8. That wasn't going to happen. But I'm saying if I could have realistically gone there, that's one of my top 5 things I would have liked to have seen.
The only thing I loved, the only thing I can sort of not even really relate to is the Vaz Tay moment when he scored. And it was slow motion when it was coming out to him. And I thought he'd skied it and he just roofed it top of the net. I was oh my God. Honestly, man.
For me, my number one, though, is Winnie Reed's against United.
Oh, yeah, that has to be.
That's number one, top of the chart.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's only 2 moments. There's it's a strange one. The final one is actually Zamora's winner for QPR against Derby because that was just pure limbs.
Do you know the one?
Being there for that would have been mental.
Do you remember when we were in the relegation battle? Clearly, the season before we got relegated, and we played Wigan at home, and we won 3-2. And Scott Parker scored that goal, that winner.
And then he cleared. I believe he cleared one off the line with his nuts in that game as well at one point.
Probably, mate. But when that went in, Scott Parker he just had that finish, mate. Honestly,
unbelievable.
Anyway, I think you might be a little bit. I think a few people were a little bit ahead of me. Admittedly, I'm on Now TV.
Oh, so, mate, I forgot we were playing. Jesus Christ. I've not been watching. I thought it was still half time.
Well, I think
I've got the Masters coming up on mine. So.
Mine's just about.
I've got highlights of the goal celebrations at the minute and adverts. So.
Oh, okay.
There's Now TV. Now TV on the internet is really letting us down today.
There's 2 things that I've just been seeing on Twitter that have come as a result of our half-time scoreline. One is the fact that Jackmate now has a tattoo.
Yeah, the Jesse tattoo
on by Jesse Lingard, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
But also, an old David Gold tweet has resurfaced saying in 2016, there's absolutely no reason why we can't be playing Champions League within the next 5 years. And somehow that could still be a reality.
Oh no! Don't. It's like that bit in the fucking Simpsons where he gives the dancing Pete guy a quarter, and the sea captain goes, "Not a quarter. He'll be dancing for hours." Not something they predict. Not some delusion that's come true. He'll be tweeting about that for about 2 years.
I'm bad with this now. Can you imagine those last 3-4 games? I'll be watching every game like this. I can't do it anymore.
That's the thing. It's going to be all. This season.
I think Leicester are making a sub.
It seems like we're winning every week, but we just can't enjoy it half the time. I mean, it's good enough for a win, but in the course of the season, we'll be like, where did that go? And
they're bringing on number 33,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Luke Thomas is.
I don't know who this person is. I'm sorry. Anyone in the comments enlighten me?
He's played
a decent young.
He's played left wing back a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, he's a decent.
I don't know who they're taking off.
Amati,
yeah.
He was getting nightmares down in that first half, to be honest. They might put. They won't put like Ndidi back there, will they? Or I don't know.
No, it looks like he's
right.
holding.
Just kicking off now, so I don't know if you were playing, Angus. You might be like 5 minutes ahead of us.
No, I'm watching. We just kicked off. 20 seconds.
Come on, boys. 45. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
Yeah, Marty off.
Come on, Craigie.
Craigie D.
Can you imagine if we'd lost to Wolves or drawn with? We'd be having panic attacks at the moment.
Well, I mean, there's been so many, there's been, I mean, the Arsenal game, yeah, that could have come back to haunt us, but we're still getting wins. We're still pressing on, which is, I mean...
All I'm saying is imagine if we had held on against Arsenal. We'd be ahead of Leicester right now.
Exactly. We've been...
All if buts and maybes, but,
That's the thing with football. You draw with Arsenal being that far ahead, and suddenly it's like, well, what's the point of the next game? Like, we're only making up points. It's such a...
And this is the brilliant thing with this. Happy.
This is the brilliant thing with this side, is the mentality is just incredible. I mean, how many back-to-back losses have we had? I don't think we've had 2 losses in a row this season.
I said this months ago.
And that's so tough to do.
I have confidence in us scoring goals. Scoring goals has always been a bloody problem for us.
Dennis, look at that first half. Look how many chances we created. You know, it just seems like we can... Mickey's a huge loss, don't get me wrong, but we can still just keep chugging along, and we know we're going to get something.
And it's not like Mickey doesn't also miss sitters or sky something.
Oh, no,
it's not like, and it's, again, no hate on Mickey, but it's not like we've missed, like, oh my God, someone as clinical as Jamie Vardy or Kane, you know? It's a guy that might also miss these chances we're missing. So it's not the end of the world in that sense, you know?
Yeah,
Arthur's played Jesse through. This could be 3. Souček passes. Bowen. 3. Come on, boy.
No, surely not. Surely not.
Surely. It's a hat-trick.
April Fools. Late April Fools.
Comments have already said you won't believe it. Shit, we're 3-0 up and downhill here. Was it Jared?
We're so far behind. Masuaku to Lingard to Souček to Bowen.
Souček gets an assist. That's something. Souček gets the assist.
No way. No way.
And he's
3-0.
Surely not.
And it's absolutely chucking it down outside somehow. Unbelievable. Look at Deckers. Look at him go.
Go on. Oh, we are different gravy. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
No, you understand? We're 3-0 down. It's the end of the world now. So 3-0 up.
At least it wasn't first half.
I know.
We have to score the third goal with like 5 minutes to go to be safe. Come on.
But like that lovely bit of composure from Souček. Great position from Bowen.
It's 6-0 on aggregate. Come on.
Who loses it for Leicester? Because Cresswell puts a bit of pressure on, but he doesn't put too much pressure on. And he just completely bottles it and gives it straight to Masuaku. And
indeed, isn't it? History. Oh, Iheanacho.
Was it Iheanacho? I mean, he is absolutely bottled that.
That's a brilliant finish from Bowen, actually.
Yeah, it is very. Oh,
I'll tell you what. Fofana's coming flying in. West Ham go 3-0 up again.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on?
God's sake. I don't even know what to do myself anymore, to be honest.
We're in 4th place.
When you put it like that, yeah, it's just incredible.
Even that, like, this is the thing, Charles.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, you go on. You go on. My point is a slight caveat of what you just said. But yeah, go on. Go.
No, I was just saying, like, it was the fact that, like, I know it was a mistake from Iheanacho and he's lost it, but look how, like, we were just on it, weren't we? The minute it went, Masuaku, bang, 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 goal. And it's just that. Oh, God, it's beautiful to watch.
I was just going to say...
Might have just pulled his hamstring. Go on, Dennis.
I was literally just quickly going to say that we're 1 point off Leicester, and Leicester have got one hell of a shitty run in towards the end of the season.
Oh, shit. Cresswell's
2 for 4.
The thing is...
that'll be Balbuena on. Balbuena. We'll lose his delivery, but...
Well, thank God we got
but I think if he comes off, it's not going to be that bad. Because usually, you know, if you pull a hamstring, you know, there's no point. He'd be off the pitch by now. So he might have just strained it.
I think he just landed fine.
He lands on it quite badly. Yeah.
I would still, with 3-0 up, I'd like to bring him on take him off as a precaution. I think bringing Balbuena on isn't going to cause a lot of damage, personally.
No. Absolutely
Just a
not.
bit of communication. But we've got the creativity from Masuaku.
Let's have a look. He jumps, and he just lands right on it.
You couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up at the minute with some of these. They're just like,
And we're still in the top 4.
Can I just say
four of our best players.
it's not actually the foot that he lands on, it's the other
one, yeah.
Yeah, no, but he still lands a bit quite tough, quite a hard landing.
I see Diego doesn't actually know anything about West Ham, so automatically assumes that we eat jellied eels.
Oh,
I don't know anyone that's ever eaten a jellied eel, I don't think.
I don't think I want to try it, mate. I had pie and mash, but I'm not going down the eels route.
Oh, what type of pie was it? A balti? Was it a tikka?
I don't know. I nearly went to a normal one. You know.
I said, like, there's so many types of pies. Like, I would just call pie, like chicken or beef. I thought that's what he was going to go for. And he brings out all these types of pies. I'm like, definitely,
I've never gone to a football game.
A pie man at football. He's a connoisseur.
I only ever went to Nathan's at Upton Park, and then if I was going to go London Stadium, I'd just get a burger, mate. But it's not the same anyway, is it? Like either way,
to be fair, mate, maybe a sausage roll or something. I'm not really one for eating at the football unless I really need to.
I'd eat outside and then have a cup of tea or something inside, but I'm not.
Have a cup of tea at the football.
I had a coffee when I went out one time.
Oh, what was it? What was I going to say? It makes me laugh. My mate of mine, Lawrence, couldn't believe like one of his first times going to the London Stadium. Yeah, Balbuena's coming on with his new haircut.
Cresswell's done.
But going to London Stadium, there's like a gin bar. I'm like, come on, gentrification of West Ham.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there like
that's Cresswell getting 0 fantasy points for me. Cheers, lad.
Isn't there a bakery at Tottenham's new stadium?
Oh, what minute is it? Yeah, that's unlucky. Jesus.
Yeah, but even then he got a booking as well. So no clean sheet. He could have lasted 8 more minutes, and he could have got me a clean sheet at least. You know?
Selfish.
Yeah, come on, man.
Bastard.
Have a word with yourself, Cresswell.
You've let everyone down, Cresswell.
Get yourself back in that porter cabin. Get you in the rehab and get yourself back out there.
Why don't you go into the changing room and consider what you've just done?
I'm surprised we even got gym facilities. I'm sure they just do. Why don't you just give them a pure gym membership?
Mate. Someone put on Twitter about it looks like when the primary school used to put the blue mats down. And I just replied, like, I can imagine David Moyes making them run under the parachute to get the bean back.
The team morale.
It's going to be 4. It's going to be 4. It's 4-0. It is a D up, but he might be offside, and I think he knows it.
No, surely not.
No, don't do that to me. Don't do this to me. Don't give me hope.
I think it's a nose.
It's happening. Jesse.
Everyone's saying off.
Yeah, no. He's offside.
Okay. Yeah, look, he was even saying Souček. He's saying Souček straight away.
It's a bloody good finish. Posting in. Yeah, he's off. Miles off.
The linesman was.
I love the linesman just shrug his shoulders. Like,
yeah, he's like, I don't know. What do you expect me to do? Do my job?
Oh,
yeah. I think he's well off. I think
has it been given us off because then?
No, he didn't. He didn't give it as off, but it is offside, I think. Oh, I don't know.
No, he's off. He's off. He has to be off. He's miles off.
No, he's off, but like Varchek's going.
Yeah,
he's off.
Yeah, he's off.
We would be fuming if we got that against us. Lads.
Yeah, he's off.
Yeah,
it actually got to the point where the just did a line like halfway up Mr. Diop's body. He just gave up. Like if you look at the edge of his foot, it's not even there.
Yeah, it is off.
Two things quickly, lads. One, there's the bemused look of Declan Rice just going.
Yeah.
But also, are we now supposed to do a Liverpool and say that the world's against us and it's a massive FA conspiracy?
No, but the other one was so harsh. I know.
It's more to do with my mate who may or may not be watching had an absolute hissy fit about it and then went very quiet.
I think most fans do that. Let's be honest.
I'll tell you what, lovely bit of quick.
It only happens to Liverpool, according to him in his rant.
Yeah, it was great from Noble, Corey, like you say.
And a brilliant cross as well. Just unlucky.
Great cross from Jay Lings.
We've been threatening with those type of crosses all day, to be honest.
Yeah.
We was unlucky to be, we weren't unlucky to be offside, but you know what I mean.
Oh my god, what a filthy throw that was. Oof.
Oh, deal with that. Deal with that.
This is the beautiful thing. We're still pushing, We're asking the better questions.
Yeah. But it's that mindset, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of just keep going exactly the same as we were before.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go to the Arsenal game, like it's such a stark contrast
Oh, God, yeah.
against completely different opposition as well. Don't get me
Just
wrong.
I wonder
just
whether it's because it's
understand that,
happened gradually rather than...
Anthony, mate, I just got your message. It's not medicine. That's like a Lucasade sports little thing that sometimes they take for energy. So that's perfectly normal, and players do that all the time, mate. So I don't think they're anything up with Lingard.
I can assure you, if it was anything
Ooh.
sinister, they wouldn't have done it in front of the TV cameras. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So remember when
Because
Craig
it was
Dawson
like-
always had to go
Oh.
off for a Luke for like that glue? Remember, was it?
Yeah,
Craig
twice.
Dawson used to come off. Yeah.
You had to get some sugars and stuff. So
Yeah, it's
Dennis
something like
suggested
that.
he might be a diabetic, and he was bang on.
secret
I'm pretty sure.
diabetic, and I was like,
Oh.
no, mate.
Gorgeous. Well done, Diop.
It's not the kind of thing you keep secret in football. You kind of want everyone to know, because if you're a professional diabetic footballer, you get so much endorsement from like diabetes charities and advertisements and things like that. Gary Mabbott was a celebrity for that alone.
Yeah, it was low blood sugar levels apparently, though.
that can affect people at different times for various different reasons.
Yeah, but it happened in simultaneous games, which is quite interesting. But yeah, obviously.
Yeah, if he was diabetic, he would have made that as soon as he got a Premier League footballer, because he would have had so much sponsorship deals and fanfare and stuff like that.
Well, there are plenty that are diabetics.
Yeah, Nacho, Madrid is I think it's Madrid he plays for now. Scored a screamer at the World Cup for Spain. He's diabetic.
Oh, love
Nacho
it.
Monreal or other Nacho?
No, not Nacho.
Yeah, he plays
Monreal,
for
the other Nacho.
He's Madrid. Madrid.
Definitely not a penalty.
Mind you, Leicester's last 3 chances have been the best of the game.
But they haven't really been that. They haven't really had a chance. It's been like half chances, really.
That recovery tackle from Souček is absolutely class.
Yeah, it's a great tackle.
Someone's gone down here for Leicester in the box. Play on, apparently. I didn't see it.
With Mike Dean, there is no security of play on. He will bring you back for a foul in the first half if he needs to.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's so get up. I think it's Vardy.
I quite literally didn't see it at all.
Vardy's been body checked by Dawson, I think.
Get.
He did that in the first half when he was offside.
I've just had a great message from again, mate, who's compared Craig Dawson to the centre back Glenn Murray. I can see that.
Yeah, same.
Go on, Jalen.
I can totally see that. I'll go on, J-Links. Interesting that now we're 3-0 up. We're going back to sitting back again, lads. Good ball out.
No, we're all right.
No, Diego, he won't. He never does. Unless we're chasing a game or someone gets injured, that's it.
Did he say something about substitutes?
All Brighton.
Yeah, he said, like, will he bring on fresh legs? Nah.
I think he'll leave it like this for at least 10 and then probably evaluate it.
Like last 5 minutes, he might bring something like all Brighton's on. Now, that's
state of Vardy there going down from that.
Yeah. All Brighton's come on. That's a player I think that can cause us a few problems, being honest.
Who's gone off?
Prate. Don't call me a prat. What are you doing?
You heard.
I'm very slow again, lads. Leicester's just passing it round the back.
Fine with me.
Don't mind that at all. Yeah, I don't care. take all the time they want.
Leicester seem to press in spells. Like they'll press really high for a while and then they'll stop and then they'll do it again.
Fabianski nearly gave a goal away there.
Oh god!
Oh crap!
For a corner, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Jesus Christ! I think it was a pretty good save. Second up on the fault. Have a look.
Oh my god!
Balbuena.
Christ almighty.
Him and Balbuena just not in sync.
Yeah, but then Balbuena saved it.
Oh, Diop's got absolutely spun there from Iheanacho, you know.
Yeah, to
And
be
Didi
fair,
fires over the
Balbuena
bar.
leaves it for Fabianski, and Fabianski just, I don't know, pushes it out.
Diop got absolutely done now.
Well done, Balbuena.
There's an argument from people with logic, Andy, but David Moyes doesn't take players off unless they absolutely have to.
Oh, that is terrible from Ndidi.
I think the logic is there. If you play the team that can play the 90 and he changes it if he has to, I think
That is
it
shocking
could be his
from
philosophy.
Ndidi. Absolutely skies it.
But the other thing is 3-0 up as well. I mean, yeah, you're spot on.
Come on, Nobes.
The last 2 times we've been 3-0 up. You know, we can't.
This is the problem,
make
isn't it?
decisions too quickly.
It's like we just need a fresh pair of legs in midfield, and we just don't have it. So
Yeah, I mean, I would personally bring on Ben Rama for Lingard to save him a little bit, maybe in the next 10 minutes, and bring Odubeko on for a 10-minute run out for Bowen if we're, as long as it's not 3-2. If it's 3-1 or 3-0, bring him on for 10 minutes.
Coventry and Odubeko, I'd be so excited to see. Connor especially. But also Mapo.
I think you could do with a commentary in a midfield just to give it a bit.
Well, the comment was from someone that is on the coaching staff at West Ham, or was, that he's Premier League ready. Or do you think that came out of X or something? And we haven't seen him for so long. He only comes out in pre-season fixtures, so at least for 30 minutes. Be brilliant.
We might as well. We haven't got anyone else. Do you know what I mean? In that centre midfield or defensive, I think I've seen a clip of him where someone compared him similar. How Declan kind of gets about and goes and tries to win the ball. So
I honestly wouldn't be bothered if we take someone like, I don't know, Jesse off, or Jared or something like that, and stick him alongside Souček with Noble playing ahead of him in the 10, because we don't need any creative options at the moment.
I think Jared's pressed quite well in this game.
Masuaku.
Jared's been brilliant. The thing with
bring Benny in next 10.
Fornals has had quite a quiet game, but I think earlier on you just kind of think, quiet game is a bad game for Fornals, but his tracking back and everything is the things that you don't see.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen much of him, but you just know that he's putting a shift in and blocking spaces.
Body's triggered.
Deal with that.
It's not his game today.
Yeah.
Look at that. 1 point.
Clever from Craigie D.
1 point off third.
And
What have I told you? What have I told you?
Leicester have a terrible. Well, now, and the other thing, although we fall behind them, it means that there is, it's a momentum. There is less. If we lost this game, there'd be a lot of pressure going into that Chelsea game. Now there's not so much pressure.
Oh, what was that? A free kick.
Big Nobes hits this. Never mind.
I hope so.
I was going to say, who does take it? Because there's no Ben Rama and there's no Rice.
Jesse.
I've never scored Jesse. Well, it's too far out anyway. He'll play it in. Oh crap! Bowen is not looking too happy about something.
Unlucky.
Oh my God, that's filth from Arthur. Jesus Christ. Good ball in. Good save, Fabianski. It's almost like he got himself into trouble deliberately there just to show what he could do.
Oh yeah, that was really good from Arthur. Oh, and then he gives the ball away again.
That was a terrible pass
Bowen.
when he should have launched it to Bowen.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, even that from Fornals is just so brilliant. The pressure he puts on, he's never winning that ball. But just to give them something to deal with, you know. See, and look at that from Jared. Pressing the goalkeeper high, forcing every pass to be spot on.
Jared,
and finally
Jared's
they lose it.
tremendous off the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the best game he's played. Like, you know, just all round performance he's played.
Yep.
In quite a few.
Calm in
games.
front of goal as well.
Yeah. Oh my word, Schmeichel! What the hell was that?
He stepped up, hasn't he, without Mickey in the side. So say that he's still got assists anyway when Mickey was playing, but
that's the thing. You know, he wasn't tearing up trees, but he was still putting. You know, he's still getting assists, still getting goals here and there, and but it's even better when he's playing well. You know, when he's contributing to all rounds of the game. I mean, this is exactly what he's been doing today.
Someone, I think
Lovely
Charles
West.
mentioned, or Corey mentioned, Jared, you know, keeps trying to win fouls by going down. And he just goes down far too deep, you know, because if the
True.
play foul, you know, they're on. But beautiful from Nobes to switch it quickly and not allow Leicester players to get back into defence and back into position. That's brilliant.
Well, that's how the Arsenal goal came about. Was Jared just went down too easy in our own half, and then Arsenal just countered and scored. So yeah, he does need to at least win the fouls further up the pitch if he's going to do that.
the problem is, isn't it? I don't think he can. He can't hold up the play, so that's his go-to, isn't it? He just has to try and. But you're right, he's coming really deep. It's a bit.
Yeah, just needs to do it further up the pitch.
I think if we had a front three, maybe he would be a bit further up. I can kind of get it in this game, but
I don't know about you, but I feel really happy seeing Balbuena back on the pitch. I've always rated him. I always thought he's a.
I mean, unfortunately, at the expense of Chris,
for us was insane.
Yeah.
The general.
I'm a bit sad.
Apparently that's how he introduced himself to all his teammates. No, I kid you not. Shook everyone's hand and said, "Hi, I'm the general." That's a true story.
That makes me love him even more.
Brilliant covering from Dawson there as well. Can you imagine? Just call me the general.
Yeah, no, I can't. Some player
Fabian
said that in a player interview. I can't remember who it was. Crest potentially.
Oh, get back. Oh, that's a bit lucky for.
Hits Vardy in the back and goes straight to Kufar. They were doing one-touch football. God Almighty.
Ooh.
I mean, our defensive.
I'll tell you what, that's really fortunate. It's got in Vardy's back, you know.
Definitely. Our defensive shape has been really good today. Really good structure, especially in the middle of the pitch.
Let's hope that speaking of Soufal and Souček and whatnot, let's hope that Slavia Prague can hold on and knock out Arsenal, because there's one of the Champions League spots gone if they get knocked out. You know, it won't go to them.
Brilliant defending. Vardy's getting the right ump.
Well, Leicester, again, getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but they slipped out. It's around similar sort of time frame of the season, slipped out of the top four quite dramatically. They were looking like, quite comfortable to finish second before the lockdown, before the first lockdown.
It's because
they just run out of
Leicester
steam.
is like a small club, so when they dropped out, they were like, they've still got Europe. But if anyone else was in that position, you'd be like,
Leicester have scored, haven't they?
Yeah,
Who scored?
Oh my god!
We played it. Masuaku played it back to the centre backs and got done.
Not again.
Yeah, the minute you got 4-0 back to goal.
Shit. Here we go again.
Good finish.
Oh,
very good finish.
Masuaku. It's a great finish, but Masuaku loses the ball too easily there.
Oh yeah.
Well done, Fab.
He literally just gave them a goal.
But yeah, Iheanacho, good finish. To be fair to him, he's on top form.
Didn't have to do much though.
But yeah,
You've
Masuaku.
probably got different commentary to us, Angus, but anyone watching this on, if you're watching the Sky commentary, it honestly, Alan Smith sounds just like this is a goal off of FIFA. Well, if it was going to be anyone, it was going to be him. It's like generic commentary from FIFA.
Oh, right across goal, Arthur. That is just not where you aim it.
That's really stupid. It's a good finish.
Well,
but...
you see Dawson mouth for fuck's sake as soon as the shot goes off.
It's just silly. It's
just right across goal. Can't do that. It's football 101.
Cut it out your game, mate. I know you're good on the ball and that.
Well, I think the trouble is that he's used to that, isn't he? When he controls the ball, he likes to kind of like cut in slightly when he takes that first touch, and it just goes all pear-shaped then. But the good thing was that we saw a reaction out of him. You know, it wasn't like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's just annoying, isn't it?
It's
come on, mate.
If
you're being kind, he only come back against Wolves, mate. You know, if you're going to play in this West Ham side, you've got to be at it for 90 minutes. You can't just like, oh, it's all right, don't worry, lads.
It was like what we were talking about earlier. You know, he's not an outright defensive left back.
That's why he can't play left back. Can you imagine if he's deeper there as well? Right.
Thank God.
What's happened?
Angus,
you breaking up, mate. I thought.
Yeah.
Just don't say.
I just looked at the comments and I'm like, okay, there's no meltdown, so.
Today's going to be the day that Harry Kane officially hands in his transfer request, hopefully. That'll be hilarious.
I don't think anyone can buy him, to be honest. If they're asking for 150.
Real, maybe, but
money problems at Barca and Real, mate.
Oh my God, Jared Bowen.
Barca definitely not signing him.
Brilliant.
I reckon Man City might. Well, they could go if they don't go for Haaland.
Kane with City, that would be so weird.
That'd be hilarious. Can you imagine Tottenham fans? They'd have a meltdown.
Well, he said, you know, I want Champions League football, otherwise I'm not staying, and I don't think they're going to get it at all.
Come on, West Ham.
Come on, J-Rod.
That's
Free
sensational.
kick.
How is that not a yellow, though, Mike Dean? You've been so card happy.
I think he's already booked.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I think that should have been a second yellow.
Yeah.
Be honest.
He steps on his foot. No, he does not get the ball. He says he gets the ball. It's like, no way do you get the ball.
A few dodgy little tackles from Leicester today.
Well, we can argue until we've had a couple of punches ourselves.
Souček.
Just please score.
Souček trying to get another red.
We were on there. I just kind of
He's back with Dawson
around
already.
with it. And Iheanacho's through again. Oh, thank God, Craig Dawson.
Oh my God, I don't fucking deal with it.
How the hell is Iheanacho?
Yeah, it's not great.
Soufal has it in their like box. Bloody Australian TV, way better than ours. Way better than our Brexit TV.
Well, to be fair, who owns Sky? Rupert Murdoch. So, of course, Rupert Murdoch's going to make sure it gets to his house before ours. So
yeah, that is true.
He doesn't watch.
I'm pretty certain he lives in America.
Dawson does well.
Oh, yeah, Dawson does very well. Go on.
I wonder at what point we stop trying to counter him and we just sit in, if at all.
Well, the trouble is there seems to be
lovely Craig Dawson that
between the midfield and the attack. Especially when we're defending, like you say, we're kind of looking to get them on the counter, and I just think
this is the problem. It's not that Nobes has had a bad game. It's just that if you have Deck in there, you're a bit more effective for getting forward and back. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
oh my God, this is honestly so hard to watch.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, we're fine, but it was that close.
You need to watch what you say.
Oh, don't worry.
You're on edge. We've seen this happen.
You'll get a proper reaction out of me if it goes to 3-2. There's Tielemans on the edge of the box.
I've never seen depression. Oh God, yeah. Tielemans. That's a great block from, I don't know, was it Noble? Ooh,
Yeah,
Noble's
and
injured
Nobes
now.
is still down. Yeah.
But I didn't. You, if you want to see the face of a man depressed at his team, look at Angus's reaction to Arsenal's third goal. It was actually.
Oh shit!
It was
I haven't
actually.
watched it back. I was actually devastated.
You were just
Yeah.
like, yeah, 3-3.
Noble's actually.
that-
I think Noble might actually be in problem
Yeah,
here.
he does not
He's
look
stayed
comfortable.
down, and he does
He just
not look.
kicked him in the like bicep
In the
or
arm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we lose, if that's Noble, if that's a bicep tear or something, then centre mid is a huge problem.
Moyes will be like, right, Coventry going back down to the under 23s.
It's like that bit in the bloody Simpsons.
Martin.
It's like when mate, it's when Homer's the coach and makes Bart
Benny.
the quarterback, and he goes play, and he goes right, give this note, give it to the referee, say we forfeit. That's what it would be like. We forfeit because Mark Noble can't play.
Well,
it's his arm or his wrist, I think, or his finger.
On the replay,
he looks.
it's hit him.
Great.
I think
I
he's
think
broken
Beautiful
something.
block though.
I think
Beautiful tackle.
he's broken a finger or a thumb, which isn't that bad.
He's done
Oh,
that
West
before,
Ham.
hasn't he? He's like dislocated his thumb before, didn't he? When he's like,
It doesn't look dead, but he's broken it.
yeah,
Right,
I mean, if he was a broken arm, I don't
Benny's
think he'd be able to raise it like he is now.
yeah. It's
If
definitely the
he
wrist.
has a broken finger, he'll come back on. I think.
I think Nobes will play with.
I think it's either his thumb or it's something at his elbow, one or the other.
No, it's definitely one of his fingers.
Yeah,
Johnny
I
Evans
could've
is
sworn it was
grimacing,
his
going,
arm.
so it must be something quite nasty. But there you are. They got the magic sponge.
What, on his face.
No.
Give
On
him
his
a face
face.
wash.
That sums up our injury department. He's got his
You
You
need
hand.
can't do anything for
Right,
your wrist,
quick,
but
wipe
here
his
we'll.
face.
It's like again, British primary school stuff. Remember, like the teacher's solution to everything was getting a cold piece of kitchen roll or whatever it is on your arm. Like that would solve
well
everything.
done.
That's not
Call
going to
from
help us
Sufal.
that bone.
Noble's back on the pitch, but he's broken something. 100%.
He's a
Or
warrior.
he could have like just done a ligament in his thumb or something.
Well, Ben Rama's. I mean,
He's probably
I
just
imagine he's
fractured
coming
it,
on.
or it's gone under him, or
Yeah.
God knows.
And Rama's
We'll never,
probably going to come
we'll
on.
never
I
know
think
until the end.
he'll come on for Lingard or Bowen, one of the two. I can't see him coming on for
Sufal.
Noble.
He might come on for Lingard.
Sufal.
An uncanny.
Yeah, I can't
He's
see him
not
coming
coming
on for
on.
Noble. That's crazy.
He's not
Sure.
coming on now, but he might in 5 minutes' time.
Yeah, I think he will come at some point.
He's like when we went 2-2 when we equalised against Brighton.
So poor.
Boys tells him to sit back down.
Yeah, that was great.
We scammed a result in that game.
God,
Jesus
let's
Christ.
not remember that.
we did
The
not
game
deserve.
was
We didn't
horrific,
deserve to live that day. That's how bad we were.
It was such a nothing game. Like I remember us putting in the second. I just could not care.
Well,
yeah,
the first half was literally just.
it was horrible. And the Southampton
Mate,
one
it was when people were complaining that why you're not talking about the game. It's like because there is
Yeah.
actually nothing to talk
And
about.
I had to do a post match, and I was like, look, I've got to be honest, I don't even really know what to say. Like, it was just dead.
Luckily,
I
the
don't
second half
know
was a bit
half
better,
goal.
but
Nobes has just given the ball away, and Vardy's through on the edge of the box. Very good cross. Forces the save from the keeper when no one's inside the box.
good. That's what we like to hear.
1 second, lads.
Pereira goes for the 1-2. It's, oh my God, Fabianski, our hero. Oh my God. Wait, just watch this.
Yeah, that's it. Vardy,
Holy
that's
shit.
a great first save from Fab. Masuaku heads it out.
No.
Watch, Charles.
Here we go. It's how? How the hell has he got to that? How the hell has the red wall got to that?
He's actually saved it as well. That was like the most obvious penalty
It's
as
a
well
great
if it wasn't
but
in the back of the
Ricardo,
net.
How has
Yeah, he
Ricardo not
stuffed it
put
up
that
real
away?
bad.
Oh my God.
Dennis,
What
you
a
must have
hero.
missed that.
What
Dennis,
a
you
hero
missed
that.
I'm
Dennis.
seeing the replays now. Oh, mate.
What a save!
He's just a legend.
I think
mate, honestly.
they're
What
looking
a
for that to be a penalty.
It's definitely not.
No,
Definitely not
to be fair, he doesn't go down. If he did it, it would have been given. I think VAR might have overturned it.
He's like a cat, mate.
There and a red card to Fabian.
I don't know how he's got that. I just don't know how he's pulled off.
I'm still having flashbacks, so I'm having a beer.
Ben Johnson's coming on. He's on the touchline.
Yeah.
I know he's coming on.
Despite my hangover, I'm going to have a beer.
That's the best way to kill one, though.
What an absolute nutter, Dennis.
I don't think that's actually true. It depends on what type of hangover you have. When you play drinking games at about 3 a.m, you don't want to drink that hangover off.
No, when you wake up, if you ever, it's the worst thing to do. But like the alcohol, the actual effect of the alcohol, it gets used in another way.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever done it, but
never done it, but
You're
No, 'cause
still
you
young,
can't.
Angus. You don't get hangovers like old men like me. Once
no.
you turn 26, that's it.
Trust
That's
me,
it.
I've had hangovers like that before. Don't
I
worry.
have as well, but when you turn 26, that's it. Your hangovers, mate.
I've had dizziness
done.
at 5 p.m.
Hope's coming off.
after the
I
day
had
before.
after my first birthday, the first birthday I had at university, I drank so much I was still drunk until about 5 o'clock the next day. Including I had like a lecture that day and I was swaying and visibly drunk.
From no
No, us Aussies go hard, Dennis. Trust me. Even
I
at
know.
my age.
I know you.
Couple of
Mad
3-day
bastards
benders
all.
in there. Don't worry. After high school, me
full-time mad
no, it's brilliant.
bastards.
Look at
I'm loving
Nolan
that
and Noble.
Dave
I absolutely
Martin
love
can't
that.
wear a face mask. That's also hilarious.
Like cuddling
Dave
with-
Martin had it over, like he had it, half of his mouth and his nose exposed.
Mate,
Dave
Martin
Martin should be playing as a
Rona-
false nine.
Rona doesn't scare Martin.
I know Noble weren't flawless, but I just thought, like, honestly, she's put a serious shift in today.
Yeah,
It's another very
really.
good performance for him.
Yeah.
Considering
Lingard
the Brighton
Broke
and
his finger
Chelsea
and all.
game. Yeah. Considering the
think
Brighton and
Lingard-
Chelsea game.
Lingard and Bowen are in front of him for man of the match, but he's put in a really good effort today.
Someone will find some fault.
Oh,
Blame
typical.
him,
We
so.
got a Spurs fan in the comments for no apparent reason, but because we live rent free in their heads.
Looking forward to losing Kane. Later today
yeah.
should be confirmed. Oh, God. Oh, that's dangerous, boys. Come on, get rid.
Arthur Masuaka's genuinely like he hasn't played in like a year. Has come out of lockdowns, playing a five-a-side game, and just wants to do roulettes for fun.
Yeah, he just wants to meg people for fun.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I actually hate this so much.
Stop, man. There's a time and a... Oh, he's infuriating, isn't he?
I want to
Yeah.
get to 90, 3-1.
He can be so good and he can be so frustrating.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
my
so.
God, Fornells. Just go, just run, please run. He's so
Run.
slow. Oh my God.
Well, corner's cleared.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the comments Benny's coming on.
Yeah, for Fornells, I think. No, Jared. Brilliant performance. What is it with us
Two
conceding
seconds,
after
whatever.
going 3-0 up? Jesus Christ.
I think Mazuaku almost wanted to happen, didn't he, with what he was playing at?
Make
Yeah.
things interesting.
Craig Dawson, he's going to get a hammering off him, you know. Oh, what a tackle, Tommy Soucek. He's been class today and all.
Bowen, well done. Another good shift from Bowen. Well done. Well done, Bowen.
That means full 90 minutes for Lingard. Oh dear. I mean, I'm hoping he doesn't have to run his socks off for the last 5
we
minutes like
playing-
he did against Wolves.
Are we playing Newcastle next Saturday or Sunday or Monday? Does anyone know? Saturday.
Pass.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
Pass.
honest. I thought we were playing Chelsea next. I'll be honest,
Saturday,
lads.
12:30, I think. 12:30 p.m. kickoff.
That's an interesting question.
Well,
Who is our
12:30?
captain at the minute?
Mm-hmm.
God. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
Craig
good
Lee.
question.
Dawson, innit?
Maybe.
I think Rice for me. Rice or Soucek, I think,
Uh,
for me, overall.
No,
I think he's talking... What are you talking about?
I'm trying to
You're
say.
talking about Hammer of the Year?
No, he
No,
said
talking
who's our
about
captain at the minute.
in the
Oh,
game.
We're all going
captain.
Rice or
Oh, God, I thought
Souček.
you were talking about how he is.
Declan Rice.
You said it with
Declan
such
Rice.
chest as well. Declan Rice or Souček for
I was
me.
like, Declan
Yeah.
Rice is Souček. To be fair,
Well, Rice is
Declan
in the
could be
stands at the minute,
captaining
mate.
from up in the stands.
It's
Souček
not.
again.
Dawson doesn't have the armband on. You watch them collide
Oh.
and then laugh together.
Probably
That's quite funny.
Fabianski.
I think, give the armband to Masuaku.
Yeah, Fab has the armband.
He'd probably try and roulette spin it before he put it on.
Try. Hey, oh, hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fabianski's
Dawson
got it on.
Fabianski. Look at them. They're loving
Look at them
life.
laughing.
They're loving
It's
it.
brilliant.
I love it.
Fabianski's shouting at Dawson, so you still support Brexit, eh? And he's gone, yes. That's what that's about.
I don't think that's how that conversation went down. Dennis,
Well, that's why Dawson's the blue passport
yes,
Beckham.
yes, I understood the reference. But...
He's a lead voter.
There's so many quality performances today. Fabianski, again, he's definitely up there.
That is the most unorthodox throw-in from Soufal I think I've ever seen.
Come on,
On
West
that
Ham.
note, yeah, I've got that. Corey, your mate hasn't piped up today. Been nice and peaceful. Probably because he's watching it outside he's probably outside my house watching me or something. So
Oh.
right, 4 minutes to go. I feel comfortable now.
Oh,
Shut up,
someone
Dennis.
had to say it. Someone had
I
to
don't.
say it.
Yeah, it was you. If it weren't Charles, it was
We
going
were
to be you.
3-1 up with 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. To
No,
go.
the golden
Come
rule is you
on.
don't say anything. We just
And
don't comment. We don't, you know.
They're about to score as well. No,
Don't say that.
we're good.
Oh,
For now.
for God's sake, this is.
No.
Oh, for
Oh my
God's
God,
sake.
Masuaku's just been done. Oh my God, he's done everyone. Has Masuaku given away a penalty? Corner. Who's that?
How's that?
Albright. I'm adding to the entertainment here.
Albrighton, yeah, entertainment and heart attacks.
That's a handball as well.
Albrighton.
Oh my God,
Oh,
please.
Albrighton has sent him for a hot dog.
Can't do it anymore.
That's not.
Oh, he's given it as a goal kick.
That's definitely not a
Good
penalty.
call. I'm genuinely still very worried.
Come on, hold on. 2 minutes and stoppage time. Oh,
Game is doing my head in.
we're 2 goals up with like 2 minutes to go. I mean, come on. If it was 3-2, I get
Dennis,
it. But it's
Not
not.
the time.
You're wanting to be clipped up, aren't you?
No.
You're gonna be as famous
No,
as those Tottenham twins.
I nearly
Those Tottenham brothers.
said all these things against at the end of the Wolves game. Like, come on, we've got nothing to worry about, lads. We've got this.
Dennis genuinely would love that though.
No, I would not like us to throw another game away. I don't really care about being clipped up. But...
It'd do well for the views, but not for my
I'm
soul.
surprised I wasn't clipped up. I'm surprised I haven't been clipped up for my. I'll take an exciting 3-3 over a boring 0-0 any day before the Arsenal game, and then raging at 3-3.
Can you hear Corey in the background? Oh, he's back. He's back.
Hear Corey like breathing,
Safe hands has the ball. Don't worry.
not enjoying this
You're-
experience.
Are we all right, lads?
I mean, the thing is, Leicester
Yeah.
aren't really
DJ,
doing
don't
it.
stop gets it. I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Who said that?
Have you seen us last 2
Darth
games?
Vader.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Darth Vader.
I inadvertently quoted Darth Vader.
Fuck, we just gave away another corner.
There's
The thing is,
where I'm
they
at.
will add up.
It's the
It'll be
89th
like-
minute, and we're 2 goals up.
It'll be.
Have you
it'll
heard
be
of
like
stoppage
it'll be
time?
4 minutes. It'll be like 4
I have
minutes.
heard of
reckon.
stoppage time. It won't be that much. It's been 2 goals.
No,
one
they always
injury.
add
It'll
it.
be 2 minutes.
They always
it'll be
add at
2
least
minutes,
4.
sorry.
I said when it gets to 90, I'll be confident. Not a second.
I
early.
guarantee
Well-
they'll add like 4 minutes.
I got to be honest. Like
They will.
these past 3
30 seconds
games
for
have
each
been
goal,
like
that's
FA Cup
1 minute,
final.
and there's like 1 minute for the Noble injury.
That's very good from Masuaku. We're on here.
Oh no, tell a lie. There was also
Oh.
Cresswell, so I reckon it'll be 3.
Benny
I think I
stuff.
was just
It's
going
gonna
to
be
rely on
3 minutes.
Angus's commentary.
Yeah.
All right, well,
which
it's
is,
Leicester in their defensive half. We just received word that there's 6 added minutes, Dennis.
How the fuck have they got 6 minutes?
Oh my days! Come on.
600 minutes. That is a
I told
joke.
you, because of the Noble injury.
But that's not 6 minutes though.
Leicester in
Ben,
and 2. It's 3-2,
Don't
boys. Dennis.
And again.
Don't
and
actually
again,
say
lads,
that.
And again.
Right, I said this in the context of thinking there wouldn't be 6 minutes added on time.
Fucking
Right?
idiot, Dennis. You
I'm
fucking
turning the
idiot.
stream off
The
and I'm
marmalade's
leaving the
absolutely
room,
filthy.
so you're no longer relying on my
3-2.
commentary.
3-2. 3-2. Oh my god, Dennis, you've actually done it.
I've actually broken Angus.
What? How are we doing this? How are we doing this again? How are we doing this again? You can't help but laugh.
Oh my god!
You can't help but laugh. Oh my
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
I'm sorry, that is such a shithouse goal. How have we conceded that goal? He's got
can't
2
do it.
men on him.
Because of you, Dennis.
Two
That's
grown
why.
men
Because
on him.
you with your.
You,
Oh,
your
it's all right,
fault.
lads. Don't worry about it. We'll be all right.
All your fault, Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis, you were there, not covering. I mean, I don't blame
Am
Angus.
I Fabianski? No, I'm the ball in this case. I should have
You are the
stopped
ball.
somehow.
Oh my
I've got to be
God.
honest.
I
It is
can't
weird.
believe
It is
this.
weird logic. It is
I
strange.
can't believe this. Don't check the comments, by the way, because everyone else is ahead of us. And if we check, then something would have happened.
I can't do this West Ham anymore. I can't do it. Every
Was
week.
it-
Every
yeah,
week.
well,
Once a season's
It's a
all
bit
right,
like-
but 3 times in 3 weeks is just not acceptable.
It's a bit like that. You know that Alan Partridge. Dennis has got footballing pie all over his face.
You really do. You really do have footballing pie all over your face, Dennis.
The proof is in the pudding, and in this instance, the pudding is a football.
Well, the thing is that even if we do win this
Great
game,
great
now,
challenge after Masuaku there. Great
and
challenge.
he's,
Arthur's
look,
called
did you see him? He was
Zelensky.
feeling himself. He was feeling
He's
himself. But Dennis, even if we win this game, we're still going to hate you because of what you even considered to be a good or a positive statement to say.
The logic of,
given our
we're
loss.
2 goals up with a minute to go.
Yeah, but it wasn't though, was it? You said it like 5 minutes before 90.
Yeah.
No, I said it at the 87th minute. I said, I thought,
No,
I
you
jokingly
didn't. You
said,
said it
"Well,
way earlier.
No, I didn't. No, I definitely said,
You're
8.
like,
I said, look, there's
I'm
3 minutes to
confident
go. There's 3 minutes to go. I think I'm starting to feel confident now.
No,
That's where
this seems like a massive. It seems like massive.
Watch the
U-turn.
watch along back.
I will watch it back.
Oh
but
shit! That's fine.
Oh,
Vardy's
shit.
completely
Shit.
fucked it. Oh no!
Oh
Corner.
my God. Please.
I thought
Rice
I thought,
is-
I
Rice
thought
is like, I
Kufal was
can't
about
take
to
this.
give away a. Rice is doing an Angus, and also he's also from the Dave Martin school of wearing a face mask.
Oh, what are we doing?
It's actually
Brilliant.
Got it
tackle.
around his chin.
It's actually happening again. Please don't get rid. Schmeichel's up there. Schmeichel, there's 3 more minutes left, mate.
Come on, West Ham. Sort yourselves
Go
out.
on,
Have a
run,
word.
Run. He's gonna throw in just on the halfway line
Why is Schmeichel up there
God,
with
West
3
Ham,
minutes
this is
left?
getting too much. This is getting too much.
because he thinks he's his dad. That's
Go
why.
on and
Yeah,
again.
he desperately wants
And
to
again.
get the score sheet.
Go on. Down the other end.
Is it worth opening it? I don't
Fab,
want
Fab,
to watch.
Fab. Well done, Fab.
Go on, it's fine.
No,
We're
no.
okay at the minute, Angus. You're a little bit ahead of us, so you might be able to tell
Oh
us
my
if we're about
God.
to go
Moyes.
mental, but
I've
we've got
never seen
two
Moyes
minutes to
so
go,
angry.
and Fabianski
Just
has
scream
the
when
ball.
it's all over, Angus.
I've never seen Moyes
I
so
just got
angry.
into it. I'm like,
I'm shaking. My
oh
heart is
my
Moyes-
God. Again. Fab.
You would have had a
Moyes-
heart in mouth moment about a
Moyes-
minute ago, mate, where it looked like we gave away a penalty, but he
Great
stayed on
pass,
his feet.
Sufal. Okay, yep, corner.
Yeah,
Take your corner
fantastic.
side.
Take
Take
it
it.
down
No,
the shit house.
No, forward.
You see David Moyes growling on that sideline.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's the angriest I've ever seen him. He is absolutely furious on the sideline. He wasn't
Yeah,
even that furious
In the corner, Benny. Go.
he wasn't even that furious in the
Press him,
Arsenal
go
game.
on.
It's fucking clear.
Oh my
Don't
God,
press
please.
too high, though.
Don't lose it. Just don't lose it in the.
Go on, 90
Foul him,
seconds,
brilliant.
lads.
Brilliant. Come on. Just foul them in their own half.
This
Don't let them get
result
past.
has massively flattered Leicester's performance.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Every
Masuaku.
Every week.
1 more minute, boys. 1 more.
1 minute.
Hold on. That's what Moyes is
What a
saying.
tackle, Ben Johnson.
Fucking clear it, you donkey.
Brilliant, lads.
Minute
Come
you
on,
want Angus,
come
mate.
on.
Angus's,
fuck's sake.
Angus's thoughtful analysis has now gone out the window. It's just massive shithouse time. It's
Real?
shithouse time, boys. No, surely not. Surely not. Surely not. I'm not listening to you, boys. Surely not.
I'm just reading Angus's body
Surely
language,
not.
that's all.
Surely not. That's not a pen. Get up.
Yep.
Oh my God. Masuaku, clear.
Oh, Dawson Lee puts it into his own goal. Go on, 20 seconds.
Thank God. Right.
Johnson with a fantastic block on Albright, and there's
That's a
10
corner.
seconds in it.
It's literally the last chance now. It's the last chance of the game. Oh my God. Right, I'm going to have to mute you, boys. I'm muting you.
I think we're going to be okay.
Fuck me. Are you fucking
I-
kidding me?
Reed!
I actually feel sick.
Get
Like,
rid! Oh my God.
I actually feel physically sick.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Full time, 3-2 West Ham.
Thank God.
Is it?
Thank
That's why I said that, because I saw the comment.
Oh my God. I actually, lads, I'm not even joking. I feel sick. It's actually got that bad. West Ham.
Nothing to
still-
worry about, boys.
We're still going. We're still chugging along, and they're putting us
Somehow.
through hell every single week at the minute. But West
I
Ham,
would play the
drag
Champions
this one
League
up.
music on my phone, but I think the stream will get taken down for
Oh,
copyright.
Dennis, with your luck, please don't. Please do
West
not.
Ham, 3 points. I know it's horrible. We'll dissect it all naturally, but listen, we're 1 point now
it wasn't
behind
that
Leicester.
horrible.
We keep going. We keep rolling on. They keep writing us off. We've got injuries left, right, and centre, but West Ham are still there. We're not going anywhere. So pack your
Look, man,
bags.
we
Shut up.
conceded 2 soft goals from comedic errors from defenders that need to improve their mentality. What overshadowed what could have been a fantastic team performance, you know?
That's
I think the
the sad bit
scoreline
about it.
massively flat as Leicester. They should not have been allowed back into that game. That
Absolutely
is
not.
what it is.
Yeah. That's the only frustrating part because there was the performance for a long part until the first goal was absolutely superb. Like they're working out their skin. Some of the goals we scored are fantastic, but we've got the win, lads. We've got the 3 points. That's all we need at the minute. But I'm begging you, West Ham, please do not put us through it again next week because it is starting.
I'm just saying it now. I reckon, you know, I'm a little bit more worried playing teams like Newcastle that are fighting for their lives. If I'm honest, I mean, Leicester switch off a little bit end of season. I'm not worried about the Southampton games, but I reckon, you know, Newcastle fighting for their lives. I think there'll be a very tough game next week.
I'm not convinced, but did they win today, Newcastle?
They won today against Burnley, and they really could have had free many times. I only watched the last 10
Chelsea,
minutes.
the Chelsea game is going to be the biggest, without a doubt, out of all the fixtures we have left.
For us, the work ethics there, you know, even tactically at times we were very spot on. It's just the concentration for the full 90.
It's just- it's-
Why are we
keep
talking
it.
about other games? Did you just say that?
Yeah, the first game, the first goal I
Sorry.
can forgive. The second goal that we conceded today, I've just seen it again.
I
That
just
was
can't believe
absolute
what I just
kamikaze
watched.
defending from all of them.
Yeah.
We were
Everyone
that
was
close.
shocking.
It was that close to 3-3. That close. That
Are you
did
talking
you
about the
watch
Fofana
the?
one?
Yeah, did you watch the corner right at the end, Corey?
Yeah.
No, I'd stop watching when
Okay,
Dennis
no,
said
That's
it
the
was over.
problem. That's the problem. They literally were that close to scoring right at the end.
Yeah.
Schmeichel came up and they had a free header and he put it that wide.
Yeah, honestly, it was very close, but I was going off the back that everyone in the comments was saying it's over, don't worry. So
thing
I was
is,
like, we're going to be
the thing
okay,
is-
lads. I've
real
got a feeling
problem-
we're going to be all right.
The real problem is that the mentality of this team all season has been so sturdy and so good. But in these last 3 games, that mentality just disappears in the second halves at some point. We look panicked. We look panicked on the ball. We look panic in defence, in our positioning. And again, it's just individual errors that are conceding these goals.
But I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that when we tire, to play the way that we play for that long and to keep hold of it, we can't do it for a whole 90. And we get to, even you see Arthur Mazuaku there, an easy pass, he should either play it forward, and then we were relatively composed in possession, but then we just start panicking. We get to the last 20 minutes of games and we go, oh, what do we do? And you hope that we've got to get it out of the game, because at times in the first half of the past 3 games, we've been absolutely superb. We've been clinical, even in the second half with Bowen's goal. So we've just got to get that out of our game. And you hope that Newcastle, I know Dennis makes a really good point that they're still fighting and they're still going to come, particularly with Callum Wilson and St. Maximan back in. But let's just keep it controlled for the full 90. That's our only issue. You know, it's we put ourselves under way too much pressure.
Look, it was a well-deserved win, 100%. Yeah, and they scored 2 good goals, albeit against the run of play, and we had them dominated for 85 minutes. But just the bit at the end, honestly, I just can't believe how close that got.
It is. You can tell. It is evident. There's a physical embodiment of that mentality just disappearing. All that confidence in that first half, in the first half of all the last 3 games, it just disappears, because collectively as a team, we just go, oh, right, we can just sort of, see it out, or like, oh, actually 3 goals, we can bottle this. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, it needs to stop, and Moyes needs to get control of it fast.
We talk about it a lot about, bringing on players. I just wonder whether it's not only physical fatigue, but mentally. Like, I just feel like to do what we do is incredibly difficult, and it's a credit to us, because it means you can go and get those types of goals and win. And I thought we had some brilliant performances in there, particularly Fabianski today. But again, we just need to get Angelo back in, because I think Angelo is a huge part of us not capitulating when one goal goes in. The communication's a lot better. Declan let's try and get him back before. Hopefully he's fully fit, and then we'll go from there, and hopefully we'll start to see that dissipate. But it's annoying that Mark's gone off. I don't know whether Mark Noble went off because he was tired, possibly, or whether he was injured.
I reckon it's just he was in a lot of pain and like, look, lads, I can't carry on. Yeah,
it's tough. These are cup finals. They feel like cup finals. They play like cup finals.
We've got 7 more cup finals, mate. Some will be easier than others. I think, again, like I said, I don't want to. I just think, we, with the exception of when it got to 3-2, I think we were comfortable all of that game until they scored the second goal. Personally, maybe a few near misses at 3-1, but I reckon against teams like Newcastle that are fighting for everything and don't necessarily play attacking football, I reckon we might be a little bit gazumped by that.
But the beauty of it is we've been so good against those teams this season.
And normally we're not, are we, Angus? Normally,
exactly.
We would have lost this game 2-0, or we would have gone 3-0 down. I remember Leicester when they had Ranieri, or when Shakespeare just took over, first game at London Stadium. Leicester went into a rip-roaring lead, and we chased the game. We nearly got back into it. Like Lanzini pulled us up by the scruff of the neck. That's when Lanzini really matured as a player. And then they just got the third, and it completely sucker punched us. It's all the way around, mate. And again, it's the only thing I'd say without sounding a little bit. I'm really good that we can still be this nervous and excited by West Ham. I mean, for the last couple of years, I've been bored.
It hasn't
made
a difference.
It's still exciting.
It's made a huge difference. Like Angus, mate, the fact that you couldn't. I apologise if I was genuine in what I said. I wasn't saying it to try and wind anyone up. I genuinely was like, mate, I think we're okay.
No, of course, yeah, I couldn't care.
I wasn't saying that just to be a dick. The fact that you can't look at it because it means that much,
Yeah.
It's actually brilliant. I mean, this is a magical season, and I think actually the best time to have a magical season with the fact that you can't go to a game, and I don't know what it's like for you in Oz, Angus, but in England it's pretty crap for a lot of people right now. Everything that's going on, we're coming out of it, thankfully. And I think it's actually the perfect time for West Ham to have a fantastic season. We finished 4th, relevant at champion. Let's take European competition out of it. Let's say it's an old school season where only the champion gets Champions League. It's our best season, second best season in our history, and best season in the Premier League era. If we get 4th, I still maintain, and I'm sorry, you can have a go at me, but I don't think we're getting 4th. I think it's a pipe dream, but I'm very confident in getting 5th and 6th. I'm just saying. I'm
it's
just
a pipe
saying.
dream, but it's so tough.
You look at Chelsea, you look at us, you look at Liverpool, you look at Leicester. I just think out of that, us and Leicester drop down.
Of course.
Just saying.
But I
think fifth and sixth, absolutely rip your arm off for that at any time. And considering Corey, when I first came on here, I was saying I'd run away with 17th when I first came on here. Look at us now. To quote
at the start of the season,
to quote
you're right.
My good friend Phil Collins, take a look at me now.
Well, I mean, at the start of the season, it was an absolute pipe dream. It wasn't even a pipe dream. It was it wasn't
start of any season, mate.
Exactly, but it's not a pipe dream anymore. It definitely, it is a potential reality. And the way we're playing, especially for those, first 60 minutes of these, few games that we've been playing recently, we look sensational, especially with Jay Lings, who's on top form, one of the best players in the Prem at the moment on form. I just think there's still a very, very, very high chance, and we're only 1 point off third now. So
do you know? I'll tell you what I love about it more than anything is we're so proud when they go out there and because we genuinely just will not give up. Like, how many things can go wrong? No Antonio, no Rice, Nobes goes off, Crest goes off. We just don't give up. We just keep going. I know it kind of feels like we fall apart sometimes and there's mistakes in there, but at the end of the day, let's just take it game by game. I'm sure they are already, and hopefully we get a couple players back and we can. It's just a brilliant season. It's just absolutely unbelievable what we're pulling off.
Like Dennis has said, this season, no matter where we end up finishing, has just been a really, really positive and good time, especially in the situation that we've been in. And hopefully with a bit of backing in the summer, Moyes can take this club even further potentially.
Well, it'd be so cool to see when we get back in the stadium and people can get with the players again, how much support that they'll get with performances like that. It'll be hard to play against us, I hope, and those kind of little minor lapses in concentrations don't happen.
The beauty of it this season, what you said, Corey, that we're, I think, the beauty of it is there's no followers in that team, or there's no one that tries to hide it. Whereas in seasons for those clubs, in the starting 11, there's at least one person that isn't quite pulling their weight and isn't quite trying as hard and wants an easy way out. And I think for someone that takes as much pride in their club as West Ham fans, the beauty of it is to watch 11 players go out and they're going to fight for that badge and fight to get as much as they can out of the game. And I think that's the best thing about it.
100%. So, with Anderson and Haller, I rated Haller, but you didn't get that. Simple fact, you didn't get that from Anderson and Haller. And they're out of the
Well, that's the thing. Like today, we spoke about how many players, for man of the match. I mean, Jesse clearly, Bowen, Fabianski. I thought Souček had a good game. We're not just relying on one or two people. The whole team steps up. And that's
but it's the ones that we aren't talking about as well. Like you think about Craig Dawson, Cresswell when he was on, Fornells. Like they all had good games. They were all in teams before, in seasons before, they would be man of the match contenders. They're not, because everyone outdoes everyone else, and that's the beauty of it. I suppose the only concern is going back to what you said, Corey, about you're not sure if it's a physically, we just got tired physically or mentally. That is 100% mental. I think as soon as we went 3-0 up, the first thing in some players' minds, just in the back of their minds, would be, shit, what happens? And as soon as Arthur gives away one of the sloppiest goals you'll ever see, because he literally passes it through to Iheanacho, who has an easy finish, albeit from outside the box, but the space is there. The likes of Craig Dawson and, Balbuena and stuff would be thinking, shit, here we go again. So we just need to get on top of that. And I think the beauty of David Moyes as well is you saw how frustrated he was. And the first thing that will happen when they go into that changing room, I think, will be an absolute belting for that.
Yeah,
because they had absolutely no right to get back into that game. And any Leicester fan that is watching, no disrespect, you got great players, but you didn't play well today, and you didn't deserve to be in the contest. We absolutely outplayed you for about 65 minutes. And I think, not long after we had that fourth goal disallowed, I remember saying that we're sitting back, we're letting them have the ball, we're attacking. And I think if they had Maddison, today would have been a very different game. If they had Barnes and Maddison, a very different game, but you can only beat what's put out in front of you. And Angus, to have a throwback, Liverpool, we played the club, not the team in front of us. Today, we played the team in front of us. We didn't play Leicester City, this imperious, the envy of West Ham, I like to call it, because everyone talks about their training ground, everyone talks about their recruitment. You know, they buy very smart. I mean, Leicester is a fantastic model for any club looking to come out of the doldrums. I mean, Leicester were not relevant in football since Martin O'Neill was in charge. So the last time they were relevant was the late 90s, and they turned it around massively.
They're pretty much financial investors in world football, or at least very close to it. The thing with City, and you can say it with Ferran Torres and whatnot, but the club gives you that status. As soon as you sign for City, there's an added fee. But Leicester is Leicester. But you think about the players that they signed. Wesley Fofana within 3 months had doubled his transfer value. Vardy speaks for himself. That is the best world transfer for the value that they've got out of him. For what are they signing for? $1 million?
They signed him for $1 million. We did, and allegedly David Sullivan didn't like that.
There's other things.
Allardyce was adamant. Allardyce was like, you've got. Whether this could be Allardyce rewriting history, but Allardyce has always claimed that he really wanted Jamie Vardy when we got promoted in 2012.
There's other things. There's other things as well, like obviously selling Maguire for 80, Chilwell for 50. They're just a clever club, like the way they deal with their business and things. But I still think, I know they had injuries today. I still think it was a relatively decent side. I think Iheanacho, I know he got his goals again in great form. Vardy, you can never write him off. We worried about particularly Vardy, but I thought for about 70 minutes we dealt with him really well. Like he didn't really get a sniff. So. And we've got a depleted squad. No Rice, no Antonio. We couldn't hold the ball up front, which was frustrating. I don't know, man. We just keep going. Well, this team, don't write us off against Chelsea. People, I've seen some comments saying Chelsea will be hard. Yeah, of course it'll be hard. It'll be probably our toughest game between now and the end of the season. But we'll give it 100% at the London Stadium like we did last time, where we beat them 3-2. So who knows?
I don't know whether you guys have talked about it earlier in the stream, but I think Leicester were their own downfall today by all reports that are saying that a few of the team were brought partying or breaking COVID rules. So that's why a few of them were injured today or out or doubtful or whatever. But we absolutely outplayed Leicester, as you said, Dennis, and that that scoreline definitely flattered them, but won't come as any surprise to West Ham fans having watched us.
It's normal for West Ham, isn't it?
Games.
If it was a 2-1, we'd be like, nah, it's all right. It's always because it's that 3-2, isn't it? Like, and the way that it happens and it starts. And do you know what's a shame as well? Until Arthur really made that pass, I thought we looked really composed and we weren't panicking at all. So I'm sure, as Dangus said, like you see Moisey growling on the top. Moisey's not going to be happy with that. You know him. He's just going to go in there and say, lads, we've got to stop doing this in games because when you get towards the business end, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? We saw, Newcastle looked horrible today. St. Maximan comes in, breaks away, gets an assist and a goal. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. So
the first half, the defense looked so good. It looked so strong and solid. And so you just think, that's how you know it's got to be some sort of mentality shift because, the play hasn't gone. The talent hasn't gone. It's just this, as soon as we can see that goal, our heads just go, oh shit, we're in survival mode now.
They quicksand. I think the term you have in sport is that's quicksanding, mate. Like you start panicking, you turn around and suddenly you're in every problem. It's a common term in American football. A quarterback will quicksand very quickly when they stuff. Although I've just seen my favorite tweet of this entire saga.
Is that Arthur Masuaka's one?
No, it's by James.
I nearly sent that to you.
James with an X in his name, which is no one, and then Pablo Fornells, and I think it's Keanu Reeves running underwater. But it's like that's how slow he is.
I love how Arthur Masuaka's like.
Everyone needs to look at Arthur Masuaka's tweet about what Messi was born in Warrington. Big up Warrington, look at the reply. Right near Chester, where I went uni.
Look at the reply as well. Someone replies, "Got to stop with the skills in tight areas, bro." And he replies, "I was born for this," with like the monkey eyes and the laughing emoji. Like he did nearly lose us the game.
Oh, just see what Declan said. He said, "My heart," and then Arthur went, "Is it because of me, Declan?" He knows what he's doing to this fan base. And I'm telling you now, mate, please. But I love how he's so calm about it. Everyone else is dying. Everyone else is like having a heart attack. I actually felt physically sick in that last couple of minutes. I thought, this is it. I'm done here. It's been nice while it's lasted. Guys, we did it. We did the double over Leicester. And that's the thing as well. Like, we got 3-0, 3-2. 6 goals.
We're the kings of the Midlands, mate. All we got to do is get that second win over West Brom. We've beaten home and away everyone in the Midlands this year. Come on, boys.
God.
Now you can say that.
Right. I feel a bit ill, so I'm going to have a cup of tea and try and chill out a bit.
Based on that.
Actually, I've got to do my post-match. I feel like a bit...
Oh, post-match. Well, we'll be on Bills, so...
Yeah, you'll be on Bills.
We'll be on Bills
check
in a
that
minute,
out.
yeah.
Any last thoughts, lads, before we wrap things up and de-stress? Or,
That
pretty
is-
much said it all.
We had to get 3 points to stay ahead of the curve, and we did it, and that's incredible. So enjoy it while we can, because this season's going to be over very quickly. But you know, we're smashing it out of the park at the moment.
W settings only. W settings only. I can keep going on that London show, and I can keep backing West Ham against Chelsea, Arsenal, and Spurs. That's what I love.
Yeah, man. Every game is a cup final. We got seven more cup finals, lads. I mean, I don't think we should not underestimate anyone. And there is one thing I've got I've got, again, like I said, a bit of concern about Newcastle. They're fighting for their lives. Let's be real. I'm confident we'll beat them, but I just think it's going to be a bigger challenge than we give it credit. But yeah, like 7 cup finals. Come on. I mean, I'm very confident we're going to finish top 6. I can live with us finishing top 6 as long as we get some form of European football from this. It's a great season and just enjoy the ride, lads. Calmness personified. Wasn't ever bothered. Got 3 points. Happy days.
Well,
Charles?
I mean, the best part is that you get to I talk to all these mates of mine who are like Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool fans. They're all like, oh well, Chelsea are eventually going to, West Ham are eventually going to drop off. It's going to happen. Like, you're not going to stay up there. It's 31 games, boys, and we're still here. We're still here in the top 4. Come on, you Irons. Let's see it out.
We've done it in spite of the board. In spite of the board, we've done it.
Hey, David Gold, profit. Absolute profit.
The biggest 2 fingers up to the board right now could be West Ham getting Europe, because now they have to spend no matter what. If they don't invest properly when we get Europe, it's there for the world to see. It's there for the world to see. So now if they don't invest, West Ham fans will be proven right.
Yeah, and listen, they're doing us proud. We keep going. We're back for Newcastle, would you say, Charles? 12:30 on a Saturday.
12:30 on a
12 on a
Saturday.
Saturday. Oh,
Hey,
beautiful.
I better not have a hangover for that game, I'm telling you. If this game was at 12:30, it'd be a different conversation you'd be having with me.
I'm gonna stay off the caffeine because the stress that game's gonna put me through like this. Man. I don't know whether it's
I might
worth
just
it
drink.
anymore.
I might just drink Earl Grey for the next game or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I need to get up for this game. Just relax, get some great sleeps in, like everything. Because that game, again, like we said, another cup final. But we'll wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for watching the watch along. Like the video before you leave. Subscribe to the West Ham Way if you're new. Thanks to Dennis, Charles, and Angus for suffering through that, as we always do as West Ham fans. Whether we're suffering trying to stay in the league or whether we're suffering trying to get into the top 4, we are still nonetheless no different. So on that note, everybody, take care, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.